Welcome in, Lemurs fans. James Nasser here for some more Lemurs baseball. We are back home in Laredo, Texas at Uni-Trade Stadium, where the Lemurs are going to take on the Texas AirHogs. We've got 4 games against the AirHogs, and then 4 games against the Wingnuts. And then, well, the season's over. We have 8 games left in this 100-game season. Lemurs have played 92 games, so they should play all 100 this season, barring any rainouts. But with the Lemurs in a playoff race, they will likely make up all those games if they do have any rainouts here in the next few days. So 8 games left. Lemurs in the hunt. They lost yesterday by a score of 3-0 to the Joplin Blasters. So they are behind the 8 ball a little bit, but they aren't eliminated just yet. As we take a look at those standings, the Lemurs come into the ball game with a record of 51-41. The Texas AirHogs are 33-59. AirHogs last place in the division. In fact, they have the worst record in the entire league. However, they're still in the hunt to finish not with the worst record. So I guess that's what they can play for here, as well as to play spoiler by beating the Lemurs. Lemurs right now 5 games out of the division, and they have 4 games against the division-leading Wichita Wingnuts left. So the division not out of their grasp, although they will need the Joplin Blasters to win a couple of games. They're up in Wichita against the Wingnuts to give them a chance still. They trail the Winnipeg Goldeyes right now by 2.5 games in the wild card. The Goldeyes have played 93 games already, and they are 54-39. So the Lemurs will need to get some help as well from the Goldeyes opponents. The Goldeyes will be in St. Paul starting tomorrow for 3 games, and then they'll have a 4-game series at the end of the year against Sioux City. So the Goldeyes do play some stiff competition against one team that is almost in the playoffs. The Saints haven't quite clinched, but they will here very soon. They only need 2 more wins or 2 more Lemurs losses, or a combination of the 2 to get to 2 to get in. So Saints right near the edge of clinching a playoff spot and even a division title, as they are closing in there as they lead the North Division by 3 games over the Winnipeg Goldeyes. So a big series between St. Paul and Winnipeg coming up as the Goldeyes try to chase down the Saints for the division. We certainly hope they do not do that. Losing my train of thought here. And then the Sioux City Explorers, well, they're in a battle as well. They're 1 game out of the Central Division. So Sioux City's not going to be giving up anything against Winnipeg there in their series to end the year. So the Lemurs still have a fighting chance, but they've got to win some games here. The Central Division right now, it's led by the Lincoln Salt Dogs. Lincoln's won 2 in a row. Gary lost yesterday. It's only a half-game lead for the Salt Dogs. They've played 92 games. They're 49-43. Gary is 49-44. They've played 93 games. Gary's one of the hottest teams, if not the hottest team in the league right now. They're 8-2 in their last 10 games, but like I said, losing yesterday and with Lincoln winning yesterday, Lincoln has regained the lead in the Central Division. Sioux City is only a half game behind Gary and 1 game behind Lincoln. They are 48-44. They've also played 92 games. So that Central Division right now is a tight race between 3 teams, and that's very exciting as well. So we've got a lot of close races, a 3-game lead in the North by St. Paul over Winnipeg, a 5-game lead in the South, which is the biggest gap in the division between the Wingnuts and Lemurs. Wingnuts have it all but wrapped up as they are just a few games away from clinching. And that Central Division, 3 teams within 1 game of each other. That will likely go down to the last day or 2 of the season. And of course, the wild card right now, which is a 2.5 game difference between the Goldeyes and the Lemurs. So it's really a 2-team race in that wild card as well. The Lincoln Salt Dogs, they're still kind of hanging around the wild card, but they're 4.5 games out, so I wouldn't count on that. Although they lead the Central right now, but only by half a game. So a 5-game lead over Gary. So yeah, 5 games for Gary out of the wild card. I'd say their best chance is to win the Central Division. So that's a look at your standings here as we get set for first pitch between the Lemurs and the Texas AirHogs. We'll be back in a few moments as we'll take a look at the scoreboard from around the league from yesterday, as well as any action that's happened already today. Here as we count down a first pitch between the Lemurs and the AirHogs.
See store for details.
Core Business Solutions is a proud sponsor of Lemurs Baseball. Core Business Solutions services the 17 southernmost counties of Texas, as well as areas of northern Mexico. They offer a wide range of high-tech solutions for businesses and organizations. Make Core Business Solutions your solution today.
Hey, ¿tienes algo que celebrar? ¿Que le salió el primer diente a tu hijo? ¿Que tu abuelita aprendió a tuitear? que cambiaste tu cheque? La respuesta es la misma, pues un carnesazo. No importa lo que estés celebrando, lo que importa es que lo celebres, pues con un carnesazo de H-E-B. En H-E-B encuentras gran variedad de cortes a precios bajos y de buena calidad. Carnesazo, carne asada con ganas, solo en H-E-B.
Falcon Bank and the Laredo Lemurs are a winning combination. At Falcon, they know what counts. Personalized service, attention to detail, and genuine commitment to helping customers achieve their dreams. Falcon Bank, guided by faith, grounded by family, and committed to you.
Miller invented light beer, the original light Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to people wondering, L-I-T-E? That's how you spell light? Which led to people thumbing through their dictionaries. Which led to, there's got to be a better way to look up words. Which led to the invention of spell check. Which led to better resumes, promotions, celebrations, and happy hour. Miller Lite, we invented light beer and happy hour. You're welcome. 12 ounces contain 96 calories, 3.2 carbs, 1 protein, 0 fat. Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
All right, welcome back. Take a look at the scoreboard around the league from last night/yesterday. A lot of day games around the American Association yesterday on the Sunday. As you had Sioux City taking on the Winnipeg Goldeyes. Sioux City won in 11 innings. Rob Wart got the win as Brandon Shimo took the loss for Winnipeg in a 3-2 ball game. So the Lemurs missed out on a chance to gain ground yesterday on the Goldeyes with Sioux City taking down Winnipeg. Sioux Falls in a battle of the birds lost on the road 12-5 to Fargo Moorhead. Will Solomon the win there for Fargo, and Ray Hansen the loss for the Canaries. Texas AirHogs, well, they got stomped on yesterday 16-0 by the Wichita Wingnuts. The AirHogs' David Russo took the loss, while Wingnuts pitcher Alex Boshiers got the win. Kansas City T-Bones won 5-1 over the Gary South Shore Railcats. So Kansas City affected Gary in the standings as Gary dropped to second in the Central. Jared Messer got the win for Kansas City, and Carlos Penales got the loss for Gary. Lincoln Salt Dogs were victorious yesterday at home. They won 3-2 over St. Paul as Evan Reed got the win, Ryan Rodabaugh the loss for the Saints. And the Blasters, of course, beat your Lemurs in Joplin 3-0 in the Blasters' home season finale as Wander Perez got the win, Ryan Beckman took the loss, and Robbie Romero got the save there for Joplin. When we come back, we'll take a look at your starting lineups and a little look at the pitching matchup today, as you have a lefty on the mound for the Lemurs and Zach Dodson. He'll be going against a right-hander, Diego Ibarra, for the Texas AirHogs here today in the first of this 4-game series between the Lemurs and the AirHogs.
Chavarrias Plumbing's the #1 choice for any plumbing problem. Chavarrias is a full-service company with up-to-date technology, trained professionals. With over 30 years of service to the community, Chavarrias is still growing strong. Visit chavarriasplumbing.com and go Lemurs! Chavarrias Plumbing's the #1 choice for any...
Getting hungry? Popeyes always hits the spot. Make sure to stop by any Popeyes location to try out Popeyes' new Smoky Garlic Chili Chicken Dinner. It includes 4 smoky garlic chicken tenderloins served with Popeye's new garlic herb dipping sauce, your choice of a signature side, and a buttermilk biscuit for just $4.99. Promotion starts Monday, May 25th.
South Texas families never strike out with Driscoll Health Plan. Catch the value-added services we pitch to our Medicaid members. Enjoy a free membership to specific Boys and Girls Clubs. Receive gift cards for completing Texas healthcare checkups. Restrictions and limitations may apply. Visit us at DriscollHealthPlan.com.
Let's take a look at those starting lineups. First, for the visiting team, the visiting team, Texas AirHogs, were here in Laredo. So the AirHogs visiting, they'll be led off by second baseman number 2, Brian Bistain. Corey Morales is at third base, batting second. Batting third is Leon Bird. He's the DH today for Texas. Devin Rodriguez is the cleanup hitter today, and he is playing first base. Batting fifth in right field, Cody Lenahan. Left fielder Nick Akins bats sixth. Batting seventh, shortstop Juan Sanchez. Michael Valadez is catching and batting 8th, and batting 9th in center field is Kenny Peoples-Walls. Again, that's Bistain, Morales, Bird, Rodriguez, Lenahan, Akins, Sanchez, Valadez, and Peoples-Walls. On the mound, it's right-hander Diego Ibarra for the AirHogs. Ibarra 0-2 with a 3.04 ERA. on the mound, the right-hander for Texas. And the manager for the AirHogs is James Frisbee, his first year with the team. For the Laredo Lemurs, they'll be led off by Abel Nieves. He'll be playing third base. Dennis Phipps is batting second in right field. Ty Morrison bats third. He's the DH today for the Lemurs. Jesus Pozo bats fourth. He's at first base. Batting fifth is Zane Chavez. He's behind the plate catching. Batting sixth is J.D. Pulfer. Pulfer's at second base for the Lemurs. In left field, batting seventh, Burt Reynolds. Drew Martinez is in center field, batting eighth. And batting ninth is Alvaro Rondon. He is at shortstop. Again, that's Nieves, Phipps, Morrison, Pozo, Chavez, Pulfer, Reynolds, Martinez, and Rondon. Left-hander Zach Dodson on the mound for the Lemurs. Dodson is 2-1 with a 0.45 ERA. And, of course, manager Pete Incaviglia is your Lemurs manager. Incaviglia and Frisbee meeting at home plate with the umpires. Those umpires today, you have Charlie Clemens behind the plate. Mike Mazza is at third base, and Nick McFarland is at first today. So a mixture, a hodgepodge of umpires. I went down and found out who was where, and that's what they told me. I said, so who we got down here? And they go, well, we got a group of misfits, I think is the term they use. So the misfit umpires here today with Clemens, Mazza, and McFarland. As we take a look at the pitching matchup, first for the Lemurs, their starter, Zach Dodson. Dodson, the lefty, as I mentioned, his numbers 2-1 with a 0.45 ERA. He has been excellent this year for the Lemurs as he has made 3 starts, and then, well, he kind of made 4 starts. He threw in that resumed game the other day, so he started when we resumed, but since the game was already in action, he only gets credit for a relief outing there in that game. But he was very good against Kansas City his last time out, going 6 shutout innings, giving up just 1 hit and 2 walks while striking out 8 batters in that resumed game, which the Lemurs held on to win 3-0. They started out with the lead, and Dodson made sure they kept it. His last time out against the Texas AirHogs, that was his first start with the Lemurs. In fact, it was his first start of the season in general with anyone. And, well, the Lemurs won that game 3-0. He again threw 6 innings, gave up just 1 hit, 2 walks, and had 4 strikeouts in his shutout outing or his shutout start for the Lemurs. So it was Dodson, a former member of the Pirates organization, was drafted in the 4th round, 2009 draft, same year as Ryan Beckman and Jeff Inman, Lemurs teammates, also fellow pitchers. They were all drafted in that 2009 draft by the Pirates and spent some time together in their organization. Dodson was this year with the Orioles organization, but did not pitch at all in 2016. So we take a look now at Ibarra. Ibarra's been pretty good. Diego Ibarra for the Texas AirHogs is 0-2 with a 3.04 ERA. He's made 4 appearances, all starts. His last time out was against Joplin on August 24th. He threw 7 innings, gave up 5 runs, but only 3 were earned on 10 hits, no walks, and 7 strikeouts. Ibarra, a rookie, he made his professional debut against the Lemurs. He took a loss. In fact, that was against Gabe Perez, but that was in Grand Prairie. He threw 7 2/3, gave up just 1 run. It was a solo home run by Dennis Phipps. So he gave up 1 run. It was earned on 8 hits, walked 1, and struck out 2. He was really good against the Lemurs for his pro debut. And, well, he's been about the same ever since. Has had a couple of kind of rough outings. Of course, 3 earned runs over 7 innings, not bad. But against Sioux City, he did give up 2 runs in just 3 innings of work there on August 19th, 2 starts ago. Looks like we're about ready for the ceremonial first pitch. We'll take another break and come back hopefully with the national anthem here as we are approaching time for that. It's 7:01 already, and the official first pitch of the game scheduled for 7:05. So we should have national anthem here in a few moments on the Lemurs Broadcast Network as we get ready for the start of this 4-game series between the Lemurs and the AirHogs.
Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic, the official team doctors of your Laredo Lemurs, now with 2 convenient locations to better serve you. Our north location is located at 9652 McPherson Road, Suite 12. Our south location is located at 5102 State Highway 359. Laredo Sports Medicine offers an array of services from physical therapy to our newest service, orthopedic surgery. Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic is changing orthopedic care 1 athlete at a time. Visit our website at laredosportsmed.com for more information.
For all of your vehicle collision repair and paint needs, there's only one place to turn: Mike's Paint Place. Mike's Paint Place has computerized color matching and digital imaging. They also do full frame and suspension repairs. Stop by and see Mike's Paint Place today at 6410 Polaris Drive in Laredo.
We'd like to imagine that if you're listening to this, it's on a radio in a backyard in between innings. The grass was mowed this morning, and the grill smells like heaven. And what do you know? Your friends just arrived with a 24-pack of Miller Lite, along with a few new friends to enjoy them with. Here's hoping we're right, and you're not just stuck in traffic. Here's hoping it's Miller time.
Great beer, great responsibility. 2015 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
There's a reason why Popeyes creates some of the best tasting chicken in the world. We were born in New Orleans, Louisiana, the land of good fun and great cooking. Spicy flavor is a way of life in New Orleans, and everything we make reflects it. From our Popeyes bona fide chicken and handcrafted tenders to our home-style mashed potatoes with Cajun gravy and our soft, buttery biscuits, everything we make is made with care and served up fresh. Only at Popeyes.
Quench your thirst at a Lemurs game with a beverage from Southern Distributing Company. Try mainstays like Miller Lite, Miller 64, and Coors Original, or reach for a Red's Apple Ale or Leinenkugel. Batch 19's the newcomer, a pre-prohibition beer inspired by the last batches of beer brewed before 1919.
Driscoll Health Plan loads the bases with value. We knock it out of the park with all the value-added services we bring to our Medicaid members. Driscoll families cheer on the Grand Slam packages, sports physicals.
All right, national anthem time.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose rush stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets ran down the bunkers standing there, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, sailors, that star-spangled banner had waved o'er the land of the brave and the house the brave.
It's now time for the two most famous words in all sports.
All right, national anthem in the books here in Laredo. We get set for first pitch between the Lemurs and the Texas AirHogs. Brian Bistain, Corey Morales, Leon Bird, the first three hitters for the AirHogs here in the ball game as they start off the inning. Warming up on the mound, you have Zach Dodson, the Lemurs lefty. I'm going to give you a little info about Dodson. His last outing was a great one as he pitched that resumed game for the Lemurs against the Kansas City T-Bones. Defensively for the Lemurs, you have Zane Chavez catching Dodson behind the plate. At third base, Abel Nieves. At short, Alvaro Rondon. J.D. Pulfers at second base. And at first base, Jesus Pozo. The outfield, left to right, you have Burt Reynolds in left, Drew Martinez in center, and Dennis Phipps in right. Pretty typical lineup and defensive alignment for the Lemurs. In fact, the starting lineup, the batting order, and positionally defensively is the same as it's been for the last 7 games for the Lemurs. Except for one slight difference. That difference being now with Martinez back from the DL, he and Brendan Metzger have kind of flip-flopped depending on who's starting, a righty or a lefty. So that's the only difference in the lineups here the last few days is whether it's a righty going, then that means Martinez is batting in the 8th spot playing center. And if it's a lefty pitching for the other team, then they put Metzger in center field batting 8th. So other than that, everything stays the same here for this entire road trip. So all seven games on that last road trip and now the first game here at home. So 8 straight games with essentially the same exact lineup and defensive alignment for the Lemurs. Brian Bistain coming to the plate for the Texas AirHogs, leading off the ball game. Bistain, the second baseman for Texas. Digging in, right-hander versus lefty. Bistain batting .293, 8 home runs, 35 runs batted in. Dodson winds and fires the first pitch of the ball game, taken low, ball 1. First pitch at 7:07 p.m. Here on August 29th. We are almost at the end of the season. The 1-0 pitch finds the zone for a strike. And the count now 1-1. Dodson doesn't typically walk many. I can say typically. There's a swing and a ground ball towards the middle. Pulfer moving about 2 steps to his right, shuffling, picks up the ball, throws to first, and Bistain retired 4-3, the putout. We'll bring Corey Morales to the plate. Of course, Morales playing third base, but Dodson, he hasn't pitched many games, so say tends to, but he's only made 3 starts, 4 outings overall. Most he's walked is 4. The fewest he's walked is 2, although he's walked 2 in 3 of those 4 outings. So usually good for about 2 walks an outing. First pitch to Corey Morales is taken for a strike. Outside corner at the knees for a strike 1. 0-1 the count. Morales awaits the pitch from the lefty Dodson. It's down and in for a ball. 1-1. Morales overall in the year hitting .227 with 3 home runs, 19 runs batted in. Pitch taken at the knees over the heart of the plate for a called strike, and the count 1-2. Morales with the AirHogs, though, batting .241 in 37 games, 76 games overall this season, with 2 homers and 11 runs batted in. 1-2 pitch. Morales takes in the dirt. And the count evens up at 2-2. Nothing, Lemurs and AirHogs here in the top of the first. Defense playing Morales to pull as they shift to that left side, and the pitch outside. The count now full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Corey Morales, the third baseman for the AirHogs. Waiting on deck is Leon Bird. He's DHing today. And the pitch swung on, popped up on the infield right side. Poso's going back towards the edge of the right field grass, and he'll make the catch. There's out number 2 on the inning. Poso had a similar play like that in Kansas City that he actually missed. So it's not a for sure deal that pop up right there to that right side is going to get caught, but Poso showing that that drop was an abnormality, not the norm for him. Digging in, Leon Bird, the DH. He'll take the first pitch outside corner for a strike. Dodson pounding the zone here early as Bird hitting .295 in 49 games for the AirHogs. 3 homers, 14 runs batted in. He'll take for a ball on the count 1-1. Bird, a switch hitter. He bats from the right side, swings and misses, and the count 1-2. He hit a home run out to right field, the first home run to right field this year. Last week, or 2 weeks ago, I guess, when the AirHogs were last here. He pulled one out to right against a righty. 1-2 pitch, swinging a little bouncer left side, charging in is Rondon, and he will not field it cleanly as he came up hurriedly trying to scoop and throw on the slow roller. Bird will reach. That will be ruled an error. E6. Play Rondon makes pretty regularly. And Devin Rodriguez to the plate, the first baseman for the AirHogs, with a runner on first. So Bird advances on the error, reaches first base, and Rodriguez to the plate. Rodriguez batting .310, 5 homers, 45 runs batted in. Bird getting a lead at first. Dodson looking over at him, lifts the leg and delivers plateward. Pitch taken outside for a ball, 1-0. Rodriguez taking on more of the power role for the AirHogs here now that they don't have Burt Reynolds anymore, the league leader in home runs. Pitch swung on, grounded, right side, hard hit towards Pulfer. He dives for it, tips off his glove, though, and into shallow center. Pulfer frustratingly picks up the baseball, or in frustration picks up the baseball. It's not frustrating for me, it was frustrating for him.
Next up for the AirHogs, the right fielder, number 13, Cody Lenahan.
Cody Lenahan to the plate. Although, I say Rodriguez taking up the power role just because he's in that cleanup spot. But Lenahan is one of the leaders on the team in home runs. He's got 12. In fact, he does lead the team in home runs with those 12. Lenahan today playing right field for the AirHogs. Runners on first and second. 2 outs, pitch taken for a strike, outer half of the plate, at the knees. Rodriguez reaching on a single. Bird reaching on an error. Bird at second, Rodriguez at first. 0-1 the count to Lenahan. Fifth batter of the inning. 2 outs, the pitch taken just outside. And the count 1-1. Still a scoreless ball game between the Lemurs and the AirHogs. Dotson nods, now comes to a set with the 1-1 pitch. A check swing. They're going to appeal and say he didn't go. That was very, very close. We have a pretty decent view here when a lefty tries to check a swing, and that's about as close as it gets. Count 2-1 to Cody Lenahan. Dotson looking back at second. Infield playing Lenahan, the lefty, to pull the ball, and he hits it towards the middle into shallow center. Scooping it up is Martinez. He's going to throw it into second base as Bird will score all the way from second on the single by Lenahan. Give him an RBI, and it's 1-0. AirHogs lead the Lemurs. Lemurs victim of the first inning runs yet again. Blasters scored 2 runs in the first inning each of the last 2 ball games against the Lemurs. 2 runs yesterday, 2 runs Saturday. They scored 1 run in the first in that second game that the Blasters won of that doubleheader, in fact. And a run in the first game of the doubleheader. So Lemurs have given up at least a run in the first inning in the last 4 games. And they've won 3 of them. Well, the opposing team has won 3 of them, the team that scored those runs. Now, the Lemurs did score a run in one of those first innings. Pitch fouled off, and they won that game. That was the first game of that doubleheader. Nick Akins at the plate. Akins hitting .216 with 5 homers and 13 runs batted in. Has an 0-2 count on him here. Akins, the left fielder for the AirHogs. Runner still at first and second. Lenahan at first, Rodriguez at second. That run that scored was unearned pitch. Check swing as it was low, and they're going to say he didn't go. Count now 1-2. So the AirHogs capitalizing on the error. 1-2 the count to Akins as they lead 1-0 over the Lemurs. Here at the top of the first, pitch taken in the dirt. Akins watching it. Thought about pulling the trigger, but he didn't. Dotson now the 2-2 count on the left fielder for the AirHogs. Trying to get out of this inning here with 2 outs and strand a couple of runners. Dotson with the break-even pitch. Akins taking a called strike on the outside corner. That'll end the inning. First strikeout of the ball game for Dotson. 6 batters come to the plate. The AirHogs score a run, and it's 1-0. Lemurs trailing the AirHogs. We go to the bottom of the first.
Loads the bases with value. We knock it out of the park with all the value-added services we bring to our Medicaid members. Driscoll families cheer on the Grand Slam packages, sports physicals, free memberships to Boys and Girls Clubs, and dental care for pregnant women over 21. Take a swing at our baby showers offered by Cadena de Madre. Forget those peanuts and Cracker Jacks, root for our baby blankets and more. Come slide into home when you receive gift cards for completing Texas Health Steps checkups and attending postpartum visits on time. Don't miss a play. Restrictions and limits may apply. Visit DriscollHealthPlan.com.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger is back at Whataburger.
First of all, you start with a large bun, 2 patties,
shredded cheddar cheese,
a creamy sauce,
creamy steak sauce.
My personal favorite part is the onions, the grilled onions and bacon.
Grilled perfection.
It's good stuff. Love it.
You take a bite. It's hard to describe. It's hard to put into words.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger.
Chop House Cheddar Burger. It's back.
I don't have anything else to compare it to. It's the best out there, I think.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger is back.
Only at Whataburger and only for a limited time.
Miller invented light beer, the original light Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to fewer guys with beer bellies, which led to more women attracted to those guys, which led to dates, second dates, wedding bells, and honeymoons, which led to hubba-da, boom, which led to you. Miller Lights, we invented light beer, and you're welcome. 12 ounces contain 96 calories, 3.2 carbs, 1 protein, 0 fat. Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Texas Outlaw Grill is a proud sponsor of your Laredo Lemurs, specializing in outlaw delicacies such as the Texican, the Gringo, and the Bandit Hot Dog.
Abel Nieves, Dennis Phipps, Ty Morrison lead off the inning for the Lemurs against starter Diego Ibarra for the AirHogs. Ibarra on the mound, the righty, has been pretty good this year in his first season of professional baseball. He's had 4 starts, pitch taken for a strike, 0-1 to Nieves. Nieves hitting .286 right now with 3 homers, 18 runs batted in. Ibarra 0-2 with a 3.04 ERA. The 0-1 pitch, Nieves swings and lines one into right center. That's going to fall for a hit. And Nieves leads off the first with a single. Defensively for the AirHogs, you have Ibarra on the mound, Michael Valadez behind the plate catching, Corey Morales at third base, Juan Sanchez at short, Brian Bastain at second, Devin Rodriguez at first. The outfield, left, right, you have Nick Akins in left, Kenny Peoples-Walls in center, and in right field, Cody Lenahan. Dennis Phipps to the plate for the Lemurs now. And the first pitch to Phipps, taken down and away with the fastball for ball 1. Phipps with 19 home runs, 53 runs batted in, and a .273 batting average. Lemurs no longer have the top 2 home run hitters in the league, as Phipps has slipped to third place. There's a swing and a ground ball towards the middle. Sanchez, the shortstop, going to field it on the hop, take it to the bag, second himself, and throw to first for a 6-3 double play. And just like that, the leadoff single erased, as there's 2 outs and no one on here in the first inning. And Ty Morrison comes to the plate. Bottom of the first. Lemurs trailing 1-0 to the AirHogs. First pitch to Morrison, taken for a strike. Morrison with 5 homers, 38 runs batted in, and a .274 average. 0-1 the count to him, with 2 outs and nobody aboard. And the pitch, Morrison taking high for ball 1. So the count 1-1, and the delivery taken for a strike at the knees outside corner. Lemurs still pushing for a playoff spot. As the 1-2 pitch, Morrison takes low and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. They count to the Lemurs DH. As the Lemurs now with 5 outfielders on the roster. They've been DHing one of them for a very long time. Usually they'll have only carried 4 outfielders on the active roster. Pitch in the dirt, and the count now 3-2. But when they acquired Brennan Metzger after Drew Martinez went down with an injury, well, Metzger came in And they've kept him on now that Martinez is back just the other day. 3-2 pitch. Morrison pops one up foul and out of play over the screen. Fighting to stay alive. Should he reach base, Jesus Poso would come to the plate next for the Lemurs. Poso playing first base again today. Diego Ibarra with the 3-2 delivery to Morrison. Taking down and in, there's ball 4. So Morrison draws the walk, and Jesus Poso will come to the plate.
Up next for the Lemurs, the first baseman, number 32, Poso.
Poso with a 281 batting average. He has 9 homers and 46 runs batted in. So runner at first base for the Lemurs. Now the throw over to check on that runner. Morrison back standing, though. Pitch to Poso, taken for a strike. 0-1. Poso hasn't caught in a while, as Zane Chavez has caught 12 straight games, this being game number 13 in a row. 0-1 pitch taken down and away. Poso entered the season as the backup catcher for the Lemurs, ended up playing a lot of first base there towards the beginning. And then once Bell Nieves went on the inactive list, was a full-time first baseman / catcher, as he and Chavez would switch back and forth between first and catcher. Pitch swung on a miss, and the count 1-2. But lately, it's just been Chavez catching here the last couple of weeks. Chavez with a heavy workload. He's got 19 of the last 22 games. 1-2 pitch. Morrison moving on it. Poso swings and pops one up into shallow left field. Aikens coming in. Sanchez going out. And Aikens from left field makes the catch on the move. And that'll end the inning. Lemurs get a hit and a walk, but they leave a runner stranded thanks to a double play ball. And we go to the top of the second. AirHogs leading the Lemurs 1-0.
Texas Outlaw Grill is a proud sponsor of your Laredo Lemurs, specializing in outlaw delicacies such as the Texican, the Gringo, and the Bandit hot dog and their ever-famous barbecue burger. Be the first to try their groundbreaking Cabrito hamburger and Cabrito hot dog. For all to-go orders, catering, and fundraising information, go by 5209 Springfield Suite number 4 or call 956-771-1919. That's Texas Outlaw Grill.
Before your Memorial Day party gets going, drive over to Ashley Furniture Home Store this week for our best Memorial Day sale ever. Get dramatic price reduction store-wide or no interest until January 2021. Choose from sofas and sectionals, all at unbelievably low prices. Plus, find savings on beds and amazing deals on dining rooms. It's our best Memorial Day sale ever, so don't wait. Hurry over to Ashley Furniture Home Store right now. Ashley Furniture Home Store. This is home. 4520 San Bernardo Avenue, Laredo, Texas, 956-712-2401. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payments required. See store for details.
Core Business Solutions is a proud sponsor of Lemurs Baseball. Core Business Solutions services the 17 southernmost counties of Texas as well as areas of northern Mexico. They offer a wide range of high-tech solutions for businesses and organizations.
Juan Sanchez leads off the inning. He'll take the first pitch for a strike. 0-1. Sanchez, the shortstop for the AirHogs. AirHogs leading 1-0 over the Lemurs here in the first of a 4-game series between Laredo and Texas. The pitch taken down and in for a ball, and the count 1-1 to Sanchez. Sanchez with a total of 11 home runs and 51 runs batted in, a .253 batting average. Pitch inside. And the count 2-1. And the pitch taken outside for a ball. 3 balls, 1 strike, the count to Sanchez. Dodson, the lefty against the righty. Sanchez winds, and the 3-1 pitch is swung on, hit high into the air, into left field, towards the line a little bit. Reynolds moving over that way. He'll reach up and make the catch. Routine fly ball for Burt Reynolds out there in left field. The former AirHog, and there's out number 1. Bringing up Michael Valadez, the catcher.
Next up for the AirHogs, the catcher, number 16, Michael Valadez.
Valadez batting .183. He has 1 home run and 10 runs batted in this season. Valadez, the righty, against the lefty. And Dodson in the pitch. Swung on, grounded down the first base line as it hugs the line all the way. It is fair. Valadez will pull up at first base. Catcher speed, he's only going to go for a single as Phipps fields it off the wall. There where the wall kind of indents out into the field a little bit and then goes straight on out down the right field line. So a leadoff or a 1-out single, first pitch single by Valadez. He just hits it right down the first base line, hopping over the bag. And Kenny Peoples-Walls to the plate. Peoples-Walls, the center fielder for the AirHogs. Right now hitting .381, but he swings and misses the first pitch, 0-1. No home runs, 7 runs batted in. He's only played in 19 games. This game number 20 for Peoples-Walls of the year. AirHogs going with their black uniforms, red lettering, red numbers, says AirHogs across the chest. A little bit of red on the sleeve as well as under the arm. And the pitch outside for a ball, 1-1 the count. Lemurs, by the way, going with the camo jerseys, that brown desert-like camouflage with white pants, black socks, black lettering, says Lemurs. There's a swing and a miss, and the count 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The count to Peoples-Walls. Getting a lead at first is Valadez. There's just 1 out in the inning. And the pitch, Peoples-Walls takes, and I thought that was going to be a called strike 3, but he just missed the inside corner. And the count now evened up, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Dodson looks over at first and delivers. 2-2 pitch fouled away towards the third base dugout. Count stays even, 2 balls and 2 strikes to Peoples-Walls. Lemurs back at home after a long road trip. 2-2 pitch, swing and a foul away off the first base dugout. That long road trip to Kansas City. 3 games there, 4 games in Joplin. It was only 6 days. They played 7 games in those 6 days. Winning the first 4, but losing the last 3. 2-2, still the count to Peoples-Walls, and the break-even pitch swung on and grounded softly back to the left side of the mound. Dodson can't field it. Rondon does, barehanded, throws it to first, and it's not in time to get Peoples-Walls. He'll reach with an infield single. Second infield single of the day for the AirHogs. They haven't hit the ball particularly hard against Dodson, but they've somehow managed to get 3 hits and score a run here in just 2 innings, really an inning and a third. Runners on first and second, and Brian Bistain to the plate. Sorry, 4 hits. But they're all singles. 1 off the glove of a diving pulfer, 1 that just hugged the first base line. That infield little single there. Bistain 0 for 1 today, grounded out. Takes the first pitch strike, 0-1. Grounded out to second his first time up. Another single, just a little line drive into shallow center field. The 0-1 pitch, Bistain swings and misses. Actually fouled it off. Just got a piece of the catcher Chavez behind the plate. And the count 0-2 quickly to Brian Bistain. Bistain, like a lot of the AirHogs this season, started off the year really hitting the ball well. Bistain, still hitting .293 coming into the day, but he was in the mid to upper 300s. He was hitting .323, .350 there in the first few weeks of the season, but he's significantly cooled off. Still, .293, not a bad batting average, that's for sure. 0-2 the count, the pitch to Bistain. Swing and a miss, there's strike 3. Second strikeout of the day for Dodson. First time getting Bistain. And there's 2 outs in the inning. Now to bring Corey Morales to the plate. He's also 0 for 1. Popped up to Jesus Pozo over at first base. The AirHogs significantly cool down as they are hitting .262 as a team. Well, Lemur's only hitting .266 after now a slow month of August at the dish. Pitch taken for a strike by Morales, 0-1. In fact, the Lemurs' last couple of games, last 2 games combined, just 8 total hits, 4 in each of the last 2 games against the Joplin Blasters. 0-1 pitch to Morales, taken inside for a ball. And the count 1-1. Charlie Clemens, the umpire behind home plate, readjusting his mask there after that last pitch. 1-1 pitch, Morales taking low, 2 balls and a strike. Runner at second base, Michael Valadez, Kenny Peoples-Walls at first, both singled. To reach, and the count 2-1 here to Morales. The pitch taken low and outside, 3 balls and a strike. Dodson trying to get a shutout inning here as the AirHogs scored 1 in the top of the first to grab a 1-0 lead, and the Lemurs did not answer there in the bottom of the first. That's what we're still at here in the top of the second. 3-1 pitch, Morales swings, grounds one down towards third. Diving is Rondon. He knocks it down as Nieves couldn't get to it, but Rondon at least knocks it down and keeps Valadez from trying to score, although I don't know that Valadez would have tried to score. Former AirHog outfielder Burt Reynolds is in left, and he has a cannon for an arm. Valadez not exactly the fastest of runners. So third base coach and manager James Frisbee, I don't know that he would have sent him. Bases loaded. And Leon Bird at the plate, he reached on an error. The first pitch, Bird swings at it, hits it high into the air, into deep left center, going back for it. Now backpedaling is Martinez. He comes up to a stop right as he makes the catch. And the AirHogs get 3 singles, 2 infield singles and 1 just down the first base line to load the bases, but they leave them loaded. And we go to the bottom of the second, Lemurs trailing 1-0 to the AirHogs.
Core Business Solutions, your solution today.
Hey, ¿tienes algo que celebrar? ¿Que le salió el primer diente a tu hijo? ¿Que tu abuelita aprendió a tuitear? ¿Que cambiaste tu cheque? La respuesta es la misma. Pues un carnesazo. No importa lo que estés celebrando, lo que importa es que lo celebres. Pues con un carnesazo de H-E-B. En H-E-B encuentras gran variedad de cortes a precios bajos y de buena calidad. Carnesazo. Carne asada con ganas solo en H-E-B.
Falcon Bank and the Laredo Lemurs are a winning combination. At Falcon, they know what counts. Personalized service, attention to detail, and genuine commitment to helping customers achieve their dreams. Falcon Bank, guided by faith, grounded by family, and committed to you.
Miller invented light beer, the original light Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to people wondering L-I-T-E, that's how you spell light, which led to people thumbing through their dictionaries, which led to there's got to be a better way to look up words, which led to the invention of spell check, which led to better resumes, promotions, celebrations, and happy hour. Miller Lite, we invented light beer and happy hour. you're welcome. 12 ounces contain 96 calories, 3.2 carbs, 1 protein, 0 fat. Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Chavarrias Plumbing's the #1 choice for any plumbing problem. Chavarrias is a full-service company with up-to-date technology, trained professionals. With over 30 years of service to the community, Chavarrias is still growing strong. Visit chavarriasplumbing.com and go Lemurs!
Bottom of the second, Lemurs trailing the AirHogs by a score of 1-0. AirHogs with a run in the first inning. They've got 5 hits in the game, but they're all pretty much, they're not solid hits. They haven't really hit the ball hard at all. They've just managed to place the hits perfectly and sometimes hit them just soft enough to get base hits. There are a few infield singles, 3 infield singles out of their 5 hits so far in the ballgame. Zane Chavez, J.D. Pulfer, Burt Reynolds. First 3 hitters for the Lemurs here in the second inning. Lemurs did get a hit in the first inning. First pitch to Chavez is taken for a strike 0-1. Chavez this season for the Lemurs hitting .261, 6 home runs, 37 runs batted in. 0-1 pitch fouled away left side and out of play, and the count 0-2 quickly to the Lemurs catcher. Mentioned Chavez, he hasn't had many days off. We have had some actual days off where we haven't played any games. 0-2 pitch. Chavez swings and grounds one left side towards the hole. Sanchez can't get there. Gets under his glove into left field. And Chavez aboard with a leadoff single. As he places one perfectly to the left side. Abel Nieves led off the first inning for the Lemurs with a single. But Dennis Phipps followed it up with a ground ball into a double play, which kind of killed the Lemurs inning. But Lemurs starting off hot here with a single. So if J.D. Pulfer can add to it. Pulfer with a .242 average, 8 home runs, 53 runs batted in. First pitch to Pulfer taken high. 1-0 the count. In fact, yesterday against the Blasters, only 2 Lemurs hitters had hits. That was Rondon and Nieves. They each had 2, as the Lemurs had 4 hits in the game. So everyone else trying to get on the hit column for the first time in at least a couple games. Pitch called a strike, and the count 1-1. In fact, the Lemurs didn't even draw a walk yesterday. They only had runners reach on those 2 hits. Or those 4 hits, those 2 runners, though. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count to Pulfer. And the pitch swung on, hit hard into the air, into left field. Running back is Akins. He reaches up and will make the catch just short of the warning track. Chavez is hustling down back to first base as I think he thought Pulfer's ball was going to drop. I thought it was going to drop. Pulfer might have burned Nick Akins out there in left field, but the wind actually blowing in from center field tonight. A little uncharacteristic. There are some clouds out there in the sky. We had some scattered thunderstorms in the, I guess, the Laredo area, but we didn't see any rain here today. But there are some clouds in the sky. Wind blowing the other direction today. Helping keep that ball, or helping put that ball in the glove of Akins out there. Swing and a miss by former AirHog Burt Reynolds. Reynolds, .251 hitter, 24 homers, 50 runs batted in. 23 of those 24 home runs were in an AirHog jersey. The 0-1 pitch, Reynolds swings, and he hits one down towards the line and left. Akins on the move, reaches down and makes the catch around his shins. So a pretty good play by the left fielder, Nick Akins, here in the last 2 Lemurs hitters. Lemurs just missing a couple of hits. And Drew Martinez to the plate, the Lemurs center fielder. Martinez, who was on the DL for about 3 weeks, making his 2nd start since rejoining the Lemurs. Didn't play yesterday, but he started on Saturday. Got a hit in his first at bat. Line drive to center. Was 1 for 2 in the game before being pinch hit in the 7th. When the Blasters brought in a lefty to face him, they pinch hit with the right-handed hitter, Brennan Metzger. First pitch to Martinez, a called strike 0-1. Chavez still at first base. Martinez hitting .309 with no home runs and 29 runs batted in this season. The only Lemurs hitter right now hitting over 300. Next will be Abel Nieves at .286. 0-1 pitch taken up high. And the count 1-1. We're on the bottom of the second. Lemurs trailing the AirHogs by a score of 1-0. There's 2 outs in the inning. And a 1-1 count to Martinez. Chavez getting a lead at first. And the delivery, swinging a ground ball. Right side towards the hole. Diving is Bistain. He doesn't get there, though. It goes into right field. A couple of balls that just get past the middle infielders here in the second inning for the Lemurs, as they now have 3 hits on the day, all singles. And Alvaro Rondon to the plate. We saw Rondon get or bat from the left side yesterday against lefties. Talked to him after the game yesterday. He said he hasn't done that hit from the left side against a lefty since 2010 when he was in college. Rondon hitting .261 with a 1 home run and 33 runs batted in. First pitch a called strike on the outside corner. 0-1. But this is a righty, so he'll bat from the left side. You can probably expect to see him bat from the left side against lefties probably the rest of the way. He said his approach right now is a little bit better from the left side than it is the right side. And swings and hits one into the air, into right field, kind of deep. Going back is Lenahan, but he'll make the catch, getting there in time. That'll end the inning. Lemurs got a couple of singles, just missed a couple other hits. As we go to the top of the third, Laredo trailing Texas by a score of 1-0.
Getting Popeyes always hits the spot. Make sure to stop by any Popeyes location to try out Popeyes' new Smoky Garlic Chili Chicken Dinner. It includes 4 smoky garlic chicken tenderloins served with Popeyes' new garlic herb dipping sauce, your choice of a signature side, and a buttermilk biscuit for just $4.99. Promotion starts Monday, May 25th.
South Texas families never strike out with Driscoll Health Plan. Catch the value-added services we pitch to our Medicaid members. Enjoy a free membership to specific boys and girls clubs. Receive gift cards for completing Texas healthcare checkups. Restrictions and limitations may apply. Visit us at DriscollHealthPlan.com.
Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic, the official team doctors of your Laredo Lemurs. Now with 2 convenient locations to better serve you. Our north location is located at 9652 McPherson Road, Suite 12. Our south location is located at 5102 State Highway 359. Laredo Sports Medicine offers an array of services from physical therapy to our newest service, orthopedic surgery. Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic is changing orthopedic care one athlete at a time. Visit our website at laredosportsmed.com for more information.
For all of your vehicle collision repair and paint needs, there's only one place to turn, Mike's Paint Place. Mike's Paint Place has computerized color matching and digital imaging. They also do full frame and suspension repairs. Stop by and see Mike's Paint Place today at 6410 Polaris Drive in Laredo.
We'd like to imagine that if you're listening to this, it's on a radio in a backyard in between innings. The grass was mowed this morning, and the grill smells like heaven. And what do you know? Your friends just arrived with a 24-pack of Miller Lite, along with a few new friends to enjoy them with. Here's hoping we're right, and you're not just stuck in traffic. Here's hoping it's Miller time.
Great beer, great responsibility. 2015 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
There's a reason why Popeyes creates some of the best tasting chicken in the world. We were born in New Orleans, Louisiana, the land of good fun and great cooking. Spicy flavor is a way of life in New Orleans.
Devin Rodriguez leads off the inning for the AirHogs here in the top of the third inning. Rodriguez, Lenahan, Akins against the left-handed pitching Zach Dodson. Dodson fires a strike in there. The count 0-1. Rodriguez 1 for 1 today. Got the first hit of the ball game. Swinging a ground ball left side towards Chavez, towards Nieves, who fields it, throws to first. Nieves playing around the shortstop position there as the Lemurs' third baseman. One away. As they were shifted for Rodriguez to pull, he went the other way with it, but he hit it right at Nieves, and the shift does its job. One away, and Cody Lenahan, who's 1 for 1 with an RBI single to the plate. Another lefty hitter. And the first pitch to Lenahan is taken for a strike, 0-1. And the AirHogs started off the season pretty hot those first couple of weeks. Swinging a ground ball towards the hole there where the shift was letting it be between Rondon and Nieves. And off the handle of the bat of Lenahan, and it just barely squirts through into left center. A slow rolling ball that Nieves couldn't get to. It's a single for Lenahan. Still, despite 6 hits for the AirHogs, they're all singles, and none of them have been hit hard. Only maybe one, the line drive to center, that was actually by Lenahan, was it kind of hard. Akins to the plate, 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Righty batter, struck out looking to end the first. Dotson from the stretch delivers, and pitch taken for a strike, 0-1. Lemurs down 1-0 here in the top of the third. Dotson staring intently at his catcher. Chavez now looking over at first base, where Lenahan gets a lead, and now step off the back of the rubber. Dotson already has a pickoff this season. That was against Kansas City. Picked off a runner with a pretty filthy pickoff move. Luis Poyorena picked a guy off the next day. The pitch taken up high. And the count 1-1 to Akins. The AirHogs started off hot, and people were saying, oh, don't underestimate the AirHogs. They're going to surprise some people, I think. All this kind of talk. Pickoff move towards first. Lenahan back standing, and, well, that hasn't quite been the case. They've gotten 33 wins in 92 games. They have improved upon last year's AirHogs team, which got 29 wins. But they're still right now sitting in last place in the entire league. 1-1 pitch, swing, and a ground ball foul. And taking off the hat is Poyorena down there on the top step of the Lemurs dugout. He comes out about a foot, or standing on actually the field of play, reaches out and scoops it up with his hat. Nice play by Poyorena. Count 1-2 to Akins. Well, the AirHogs bats died away as teams figured out how to pitch to him, and Burt Reynolds wasn't able to carry him to enough victories before being traded to the Lemurs. Pitching, though, has really been the downfall. There's a pickoff move towards first, as running on first movement was Lenahan. He slides into second, but he's out. And there's now 2 outs in the inning. 2 outs and a 1-2 count. But now we're going to take a look at J.D. Pulfer, who Akins kind of popped up into on his slide. Jojo Villarreal, the Lemurs trainer, coming out to look at J.D. Pulfer, the Lemurs second baseman, and boy, Pulfer's okay here. Lenahan was out by a mile. He still slid into the bag and then popped up. Pulfer just had his glove on the ground right there in front of second base, waiting for Lenahan to come into it. And when Lenahan popped up, it wasn't anything malicious, I don't think. He just kind of popped up and awkwardly bumped into Pulfer's head. At least that's what appeared on the replay that they showed. Pulfer seems to be kind of moving his head and neck around. So yeah, got him somewhere in the head neck area. But he's going to stay in the game. JoJo's going to head back to the dugout. And the 1-2 pitch grounded down the third base line. It's picked up by Nieves. He'll throw strong to first, and it's in the dirt, but picked out by Poso in time. And that'll end the inning. So 3 batters, 1 hit, but a caught stealing. We go to the bottom of the third as the AirHogs still lead the Lemurs 1-0.
And everything we make reflects it. From our Popeyes bona-fide chicken and handcrafted tenders to our home-style mashed potatoes with Cajun gravy and our soft, buttery biscuits, everything we make is made with care and served up fresh. Only at Popeyes.
Quench your thirst at a Lemurs game with a beverage from Southern Distributing Company. Try mainstays like Miller Lite, Miller 64, and Coors Original, or reach for a Red's Apple Ale or Leinenkugel. Batch 19's the newcomer, a pre-prohibition beer inspired by the last batches of beer brewed before 1919.
Driscoll Health Plan loads the bases with value. We knock it out of the park with all the value-added services we bring to our Medicaid members. Driscoll families cheer on the Grand Slam packages, sports physicals, free memberships to Boys and Girls Clubs, and dental care for pregnant women over 21. Take a swing at our baby showers offered by Cadena de Madre. Forget those peanuts and Cracker Jacks, root for our baby blankets and more. Come slide into home when you receive gift cards for completing Texas Health Steps checkups and attending postpartum visits on time. Don't miss a play. Restrictions and limits may apply. Visit DriscollHealthPlan.com.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger is back at Whataburger.
First of all, you start with a large bun, 2 patties,
Shredded cheddar cheese.
The creamy sauce.
Creamy steak sauce.
My personal favorite part is the onions, the grilled onions and bacon.
Grilled perfection.
It's good stuff. Love it.
You take a bite. It's hard to describe. It's hard to put into words.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger.
Chop House Cheddar Burger. It's back.
I don't have anything else to compare it to. It's the best out there, I think.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger is back.
Only at Whataburger and only for a limited time.
Abel Nieves leads off the inning in the bottom of the third. He pops the first pitch up to the right side towards the seats out of play, and it will get out of play onto the concourse. Count 0-1 to Nieves. He hit an 0-1 pitch his first time up into right center for a base knock to lead off the first inning. He leads off the third here. He swings, grounds one towards the hole, left side, and Sanchez reaches out, fields it on the hop in the gap, throws to first, and it's not in time to get Nieves. Boy, that was a close play. I thought they might have had Nieves. I don't know if they're going to show a replay. Probably not, because of how close that was. But I thought they had him. Ooh. Ball deep into that hole at short. And really great play by Sanchez. He fielded up about even with his shoulders. Single for Nieves, and Phipps to the plate, fouls the first pitch off 0-1. Phipps 0 for 1 today at the plate. Grounded into a 6-3 double play. So trying to avoid that here with Nieves at first base. Trying to give the Lemurs their first run of the game as they trail 1-0 to the AirHogs. The pitch taken in the dirt. And they count 1-1. Lemurs in their last 10 games, well, they're 6-4. Which is still better than Winnipeg's 4-6. Phipps pops one high into the air, down the third or right field line. Lenahan giving chase, but it gets out of play. And Phipps still alive at the plate, down in the count, now 1-2. Here in the bottom of the third inning. Phipps digging in. They're taking his time out of the box. And the pitch swung on, hit high into the air, into deep center field, going back now over to his left, and then coming in at the last second is Peoples Walls. He'll make the catch. And there's out number 1 in the inning. Phipps now 0 for 2 in the game. Lemurs last month in July as a team at the plate. And here's where the Lemurs' problems are and why they're really not leading the wild card at the moment. July, they hit .301 as a team. With a total of 29 home runs. They scored 170 runs in the month of July. That was all in 29 games. Pitch to Ty Morrison, down and in for a ball, 1-0. Morrison, the lefty, against the righty pitcher Ibarra. Runner on first, 1 out. Lemurs down 1-0. But the Lemurs this month in August, they've played 23 games, so remember 6 games fewer. They've only hit 14 home runs. Less than half as many as they hit last month. The pitch called a strike, and the count 1-1. Despite acquiring the league leader in home runs. Okay, they still have 6 games, but that's Not that many to make up a gap of 15 home runs. Yeah, I doubt it. This pitch swung on, hit high into the air, into deep left. Running back and over towards the line is Akins, and he'll reach out at the last second and make the catch. Akins with a few close catches out there in the outfield. And it's out number 2. Wind spinning that ball all over the place. Akins trying to track it. And Jesus Poso to the plate. Wind now blowing kind of in from right center. Poso to the plate, and the pitch taken. Down and away for ball 1. Team hitting .234 with 82 runs scored this month. Pitch taken for a strike, and count 1-1. So 82 runs versus 170 runs. We got almost a 90-run difference. 88 runs difference and just a 6-game difference. 1-1 pitch taken low. 2 balls and a strike. That's where the struggles have been for the Lemurs. It's been offensively. In fact, the pitching has been better this month than it was last month. Poso swings, hits one off the handle into shallow right center. It's going to fall for a hit. Nieves will pull up at second base. Another 2-out single for the Lemurs. Their second of that nature here tonight. And Poso now 1 for 2 in the game, bringing Zane Chavez to the plate, who is 1 for 1 tonight. The Lemurs team ERA in the month of August, a 2.98. In July, it was a 4.24. So the Lemurs pitching has improved significantly this month. In fact, most of the losses the Lemurs have had, they've been in something along the lines of a 3-0 loss, a 2-0 loss, a 3-1 loss. And, well, a 2.98 ERA, that means about 3 runs a game, or 3 earned runs a game. Pitch to Zane Chavez, taken for a strike, 0-1. So the Lemurs offensively have been slow in the month of August, or sluggish. 0-1 the count to Chavez. Much more so than they were in July, which is surprising. 0-1 pitch. Chavez swings. He hits one hard into left field, but Akins again will make the play, getting turned around a bit, but finding his way. And that'll end the inning. Lemurs again strand 2 like they did last inning. And we go to the top of the 4th. Laredo trailing Texas 1-0.
Miller invented light beer, the original light Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to fewer guys with beer bellies, which led to more women attracted to those guys, which led to dates, second dates, wedding bells, and honeymoons, which led to hubbada, boom, which led to you. Miller Lights, we invented light beer, and you're welcome. 12 ounces contain 96 calories, 3.2 carbs, 1 protein, 0 fat. Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Miller invented light beer, the original light Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to fewer guys with beer bellies, which led to more women attracted to those guys, which led to dates, second dates, wedding bells, and honeymoons, which led to hubbada, boom, which led to you. Miller Lights, we invented light beer, and you're welcome. 12 ounces contain 96 calories, 3.2 carbs, 1 protein, 0 fat. Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Texas Outlaw Grill is a proud sponsor of your Laredo Lemurs, specializing in outlaw delicacies such as the Texican, the Gringo, and the Bandit hot dog and their ever-famous barbecue burger. Be the first to try their groundbreaking Cabrito hamburger and Cabrito hot dog. For all to-go orders, catering, and fundraising information, go by 5209 Springfield Suite number 4 or call 956-771-1919. That's Texas Outlaw Grill.
Juan Sanchez to the plate for the Texas AirHogs against Zach Dodson. First pitch swung on, grounded left side towards the hole between Pulfer and Rondon. Rondon fields it on the move, though, and throws to first in time to get Sanchez, and there's one away. That run today that has scored was unearned as the runner reached via an error. We'll take a look at the scoreboard this inning around the rest of the league, see if anyone else is helping out the Lemurs. There's really only one game that can help out the Lemurs, as Winnipeg is not playing today. Only Wichita is. And Michael Valadez to the plate. Called time right before the first pitch from Zach Dodson was thrown. There's a first pitch strike now. Count 0-1. Around the rest of the league, well, you have a 7-3 ball game in Sioux City. Explorers staying hot. Pitch on the outside corner, 0-2. As the Explorers lead 7-3 at Lewis and Clark Park over the Lincoln Salt Dogs. So Explorers trying to get a tie there for first place in the Central. 0-2 the count to Valadez, and the pitch swung on and missed. Strike 3. Third strikeout of the game for Zach Dodson, and there's 2 away. In fact, if Sioux City wins today, because Gary doesn't play, Sioux City wins, Lincoln, Gary, and Sioux City will all be tied with a 49-44 record for first place in the Central with 7 games to go. How about that? Kenny Peoples-Walls to the plate with 2 outs in the inning. Here in the top of the 4th, first pitch taken up and away for ball 1. That game, though, by the way, in Sioux City is in the 3rd inning, bottom half. In Fargo, the Fargo-Moorhead Redhawks lead 2-0 over the Kansas City T-Bones. 2 teams aren't in playoff contention there in the bottom of the 4th. Swing and a miss. And the count 1-1 to Peoples-Walls, who is 1-for-1 today. Top of the 5th in Wichita, the Blasters helping out the Lemurs as much as they can. It's 3-0 Blasters over the Wingnuts. Ground ball left side to his left. Moving there is Rondon. He'll scoop and throw to first in time. 3 up, 3 down here in the 4th. And we go to the bottom of the inning. Lemurs down 1-0 to the AirHogs in Laredo.
Before your Memorial Day party gets going, drive over to Ashley Furniture Home Store this week for our best Memorial Day sale ever. Get dramatic price reductions store-wide or no interest until January 2021. Choose from sofas and sectionals, all at unbelievably low prices. Plus find savings on beds and amazing deals on dining rooms. It's our best Memorial Day sale ever, so don't wait. Hurry over to Ashley Furniture Home Store right now. Ashley Furniture Home Store. This is home. 4520 San Bernardo Avenue, Laredo, Texas. 956-712-2401. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payments required. See store for details.
Core Business Solutions is a proud sponsor of Lemurs Baseball. Core Business Solutions services the 17 southernmost counties of Texas as well as areas of northern Mexico. They offer a wide range of high-tech solutions for businesses and organizations. Make Core Business Solutions your solution today.
Hey, ¿tienes algo que celebrar? ¿Que le salió el primer diente a tu hijo? ¿Que tu abuelita aprendió a tuitear? ¿Que cambiaste tu cheque? La respuesta es la misma, pues un carnesazo. No importa lo que estés celebrando, lo que importa es que lo celebres, pues con un carnesazo de H-E-B. En H-E-B encuentras gran variedad de cortes a precios bajos y de buena calidad. Carnesazo, carne asada con ganas, solo en H-E-B.
Falcon Bank and the Laredo Lemurs are a winning combination. At Falcon, they know what counts. Personalized service, attention to detail, and genuine commitment to helping customers achieve their dreams. Falcon Bank, guided by faith, grounded by family, and committed to you.
Miller invented light beer, the original light Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to people wondering L-I-T-E, that's how you spell light, which led to people thumbing through their dictionaries, which led to there's got to be a better way to look up words, which led to the invention of spell check, which led to better resumes, promotions, celebrations, and happy hour. Miller Lite, we invented light beer and happy hour. You're welcome. 12 ounces contain 96 calories, 3.2 carbs, 1 protein, 0 fat. Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Chavarria's Plumbing's the #1 choice for...
Leading top of the Lemurs at second baseman number 10, J.D. Pulver.
J.D. Pulver leads off the inning for the Lemurs. here in the bottom of the fourth. And the pitch to Pulfer. Taken for a strike, 0-1. Lemurs haven't scored a run in the last 13 innings that they have played. 0-1 pitch, Pulfer taking down and away, and the count 1 ball and 1 strike. Pulfer 0 for 1 today. They haven't had a lead in the last 28 innings. 1-1 pitch, Pulfer swings, pops one up foul. Thanks to Zach Davis for that little tidbit. The Laredo Morning Times. One ball, 2 strikes, the count to Pulfer. And the Lemurs in the last 32 innings have only scored 1 run. 1-2 pitch to Pulfer. Takes up high. The count evens up 2 balls, 2 strikes. So there's some of that offensive stagnancy the Lemurs have had here in August and here in the last few games, going back to that series in Joplin. 2-2 the count and the pitch. Taken for a called strike 3 outside corner. Ibarra paints the corner black and Pulfer goes down looking. 1 away. First strikeout of the game for Ibarra. Burt Reynolds to the plate. Reynolds 0 for 1 today, fly out to left. He and Pulfer back-to-back flyouts to left field in the second inning. Sun setting here. It's pretty much all set. There's the sky darkening as we're in the bottom of the fourth in Laredo. The pitch to Reynolds. He takes up high. Ball 1. Boy, Reynolds, he hasn't had many normal Laredo nights here since joining the team. 1-0 pitch. Takes down low. 2-0. Normal Laredo nights with the wind's blowing out to left field. Ever since he's gotten here, the wind's blowing kind of in from right center. Pitch to Reynolds down and away. And the count now 3-0 to the Lemurs left fielder. So that hasn't helped him at all. Sometimes even blowing in from left. 3-0 pitch, Reynolds takes ball 4, and Ibarra wants no piece of Reynolds, despite what the wind is doing. He walks on 4 pitches. Lemurs will take it, a 1-out walk, and Drew Martinez to the plate. Martinez is 1 for 1 today, and since coming back from the disabled list, he has shown no rust. In fact, he's 2 for 3 since coming off the DL after missing a few weeks of action. He was the Lemurs' leadoff man when he went down on the DL. But since rejoining the active roster, runner moving on the pitch, throw down to second is in time to get Reynolds, and he's caught stealing for out number 2. Pitch was swung on and missed by Martinez. Reynolds can't believe it. He's hanging out at second base for an extra second or 2. Two outs in the inning. Oh, 0-1 the count to Martinez, but in the 2 games Martinez has started, he has been in the 8th spot in the order. 0-1 pitch. Martinez swings, pops one up left side in foul territory, racing for us to third baseman Morales, but it'll get out of play. The count 0-2. I guess manager Pete Cavilla wanted to make sure Martinez doesn't have too much rust on him, and want to put a rusty guy up there at the leadoff spot. But he seems to be doing just fine so far in the 8th spot. 0-2 the count to Martinez. We'll have to protect here against Ibarra in the pitch. Swung on, grounded left side, and moving to his left is Morales. He scoops it up, throws to first just in time to get Martinez. He made it a close play, but the out is made, and that'll end the inning. Lemurs sent 3 batters to the plate. They get a walk, but a runner caught stealing erases him, and we go to the top of the 5th. Laredo trailing 1-0 to the AirHogs.
Plumbing problem. Chavarrias is a full-service company with up-to-date technology, trained professionals. With over 30 years of service to the community, Chavarrias is still growing strong. Visit chavarriasplumbing.com and go Lemurs!
Getting hungry? Popeyes always hits the spot. Make sure to stop by any Popeyes location to try out Popeyes' new Smoky Garlic Chili Chicken Dinner. It includes 4 smoky garlic chicken tenderloins served with Popeye's new garlic herb dipping sauce, your choice of a signature side, and a buttermilk biscuit for just $4.99. Promotion starts Monday, May 25th.
South Texas families never strike out with Driscoll Health Plan. Catch the value-added services we pitch to our Medicaid members. Enjoy a free membership to specific boys and girls clubs. Receive gift cards for completing Texas healthcare checkups. Restrictions and limitations may apply. Visit us at DriscollHealthPlan.com.
Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic, the official team doctors of your Laredo Lemurs. Now with 2 convenient locations to better serve you. Our north location is located at 9652 McPherson Road, Suite 12. Our south location is located at 5102 State Highway 359. Laredo Sports Medicine offers an array of services from physical therapy to our newest service, orthopedic surgery. Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic is changing orthopedic care one athlete at a time. Visit our website at laredosportsmed.com for more information.
For all of your vehicle collision repair and paint needs, there's only one place to turn, Mike's Paint Place. Mike's Paint Place has computerized color matching and digital imaging. They also do full frame and suspension repairs. Stop by and see Mike's Paint Place today at 6410 Polaris Drive in Laredo.
We'd like to imagine that if you're listening to this, it's on a radio in a backyard in between innings. The grass was mowed.
Brian Bistain leads off the inning for the AirHogs. Zach Dodson still on the hill for the Lemurs here in the 5th. Pitch taken for a strike, 0-1. Top of the 5th. And there's a pitch taken for a ball. The count 1-1. Bistain, the leadoff hitter for the AirHogs at the plate. He is 0 for 2 today. Takes another ball outside, 2-1. Bistain with a ground out and a strikeout. Pitch taken high and away, ball 3. Still 1-0. There's ball 4. So after getting ahead 0-1, Dodson with 4 straight pitches out of the zone and walks Bistain. The first walk Dodson's issued today, and Chavez is going to take some time and go out and talk to his pitcher.
Next up for the AirHogs, third baseman number 14, Corey Morales.
Corey Morales to the plate. Morales, the third baseman, is 1 for 2 with a single. Lemurs with 5 hits, AirHogs with 6. Every hit in the ballgame is a single, and Pete Incaviglia has just been tossed from the ballgame. I could hear him yelling from the dugout, and I realized Pete was saying something probably about the strike zone. You can't argue balls and strikes. Pete's coming out. He has his hat off, and he's going to give the fans a show. Now he's ejecting the umpire. Pete trying to exercise power as the manager to eject the umpire, but I don't think he can do that. But Pete not exactly happy with the balls and strikes there. He's going to give him a show. He's squatting behind home plate, showing the umpire what the catcher's doing, where he's catching it. Pete is livid. And I'm sure some of this, probably some frustrations from the last few days, where the Lemurs have lost 3 straight games and again trailing here 1-0. Trying to do something, anything, to get his team fired up and ready to go and score some runs. Pete being walked down the first baseline a bit now by the third base umpire. That's Mike Mazza. Charlie Clemens is the home plate umpire. Pete had put his hat back on. Now he takes it off again, and he's given to Mazza. And Pete still trying to eject the home plate umpire. Multiple times pointing at him and tossing him. Pete will go back down in the dugout, grab his stuff, and go on back to the clubhouse where he will remain for the rest of the ball game. I was waiting to see if maybe Pete would throw some bats onto the field. He did that earlier in the year, I think the first series of the year when he got ejected for the first time. He went down those steps, threw some bats onto the dugout, onto the field. But now he's giving it to the umpires again down the first base line, both the first and third base umpires, Mazza and Nick McFarland.
Let's hear it for our manager, Pete Incaviglia.
Incaviglia tossed from the game here in the top of the fifth. With a runner at first base, no outs, Corey Morales to the plate. If there's one thing Pete hates, it's losing. And if there's one thing Pete loves, it's his players and winning. Pete will stick up for his players all day. That's one of the reasons he comes out of the dugout to argue calls. He wants to stick up for his players, know that, and have his guys know that he has their backs. Pete taking his time, walking all the way down that 345 line from home plate to right field, where they've now opened the gate for him to walk through. And his players know that he has their back. They follow him. He is their leader. Corey Morales to the plate. And they pick off move to first. Bistain dives back in ahead of the throw. Morales singled in the second, popped out in the third. One of 3 hits in the second when the AirHogs loaded the bases. They didn't bring anyone in. Pitch taken for a strike. 0-1. Morales been around the league a little bit. Played with Fargo. Played with Joplin. Played with the AirHogs now. 0-1. They throw to first. Bistain hopping back to the bag, standing this time. 0-1, still the count to Morales. And the pitch swung on, grounded right to the third baseman, Nieves. He's going to throw to second for one, pull for the relay to first. It's high. Poso makes the stretch and stays on the bag. Morales put away. It's a 5-4-3 double play. And there's now 2 outs on the inning. Nicely turned double play by the Lemurs, their first of the day, helping out their pitcher, Zach Dodson.
Now back to the AirHogs and designated hitter, number 6, Leon Bird.
Leon Bird to the plate. Back to Morales. He's played for even more American Association teams than just those 3 this season. Overall in his career, first pitch called strike to Leon Bird. He's also played for Sioux Falls last year. Sorry, in 2013, Sioux Falls. 2014, he played with Amarillo. Played with Fort Worth in 2010 and 2011 when they were still part of the American Association. Count 1-1 here to Bird. He'll take up high and the count 2 balls and a strike. Bird, a rookie. Looks like they appealed down the line. I didn't see what the call was, but we'll go with 2-1, pitch missing. And the count 3 balls and a strike. Now to Leon Bird. And the pitch from Dodson, swing and a miss. There's strike 2. So Morales, a well-traveled man. He also played with Fort Worth when they were part of the United League. Southern Maryland, the Atlantic League, and Sussex County in the Can-Am League. Pitch fouled off, and it catches Zane Chavez. He's on the ground on a knee. And Jojo Villarreal walking down the length of the dugout there on long first base, the Lemurs trainer. Chavez still on his knees. He's going to take the mask off and prop it up on top of his head. Count full to Leon Bird, and Chavez pushes that ball to the dugout, now stretching out his legs. But Jojo going to stay in the dugout. He goes from one entrance to the other. I think Avila out of the game. The managerial duties on the field will fall to Mike Meyer, the bench coach. Full count to Bird here. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs, no one on. Top of the 5th, Lemurs down 1-0. Payoff pitch, Bird ahead of it, swings and misses. There's strike 3. 3rd strikeout of the game for Dodson. Here we go to the bottom of the 5th. Lemurs trailing 1-0 to the AirHogs.
For all of your vehicle collision repair and paint needs, there's only one place to turn: Mike's Paint Place. Mike's Paint Place has computerized color matching and digital imaging. They also do full frame and suspension repairs. Stop by and see Mike's Paint Place today at 6410 Polaris Drive in Laredo.
We'd like to imagine that if you're listening to this, it's on a radio in a backyard in between innings. The grass was mowed this morning, and the grill smells like heaven. And what do you know? Your friends just arrived with a 24-pack of Miller Lite, along with a few new friends to enjoy them with. Here's hoping we're right, and you're not just stuck in traffic. Here's hoping it's Miller time.
Great beer, great responsibility. 2015 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
There's a reason why Popeyes creates some of the best tasting chicken in the world. We were born in New Orleans, Louisiana, the land of good fun and great cooking. Spicy flavor is a way of life in New Orleans, and everything we make reflects it. From our Popeyes bona fide chicken and handcrafted tenders to our home-style mashed potatoes with Cajun gravy and our soft, buttery biscuits, everything we make is made with care and served up fresh. Only at Popeyes.
Quench your thirst at a
Driscoll Health.
Quench your thirst at a Lemurs.
For only $7.
Alvaro Rondon leads off the inning for the Lemurs. Rondon 0 for 1 today. Fly out to right field. Switch hitter batting from the left side against the righty. I mentioned earlier, though, he might be batting lefty against lefties, too. But he's still listed as a switch hitter, still has that ability. First pitch to Rondon, he squares around, pulls the bat back, but it's a called strike anyways, and the count 0-1. Rondon, the Lemurs shortstop. Digging in, and Ibarra with the pitch. Taken outside corner, strike 2. 0-2. Lemurs down 1-0 to the AirHogs. And I misspoke last inning. I said 3rd strikeout of the game for Dodson is actually his 4th. I miscounted. I didn't highlight one of my strikeouts. Pitch fouled off the screen the other way, and the count's still 0-2 to Rondon. So Dodson with 4 strikeouts through 5 innings. 1 run allowed on 6 hits. But all those hits are singles, and the 1 run is unearned due to an error. By the way, coaching the bases today, you got Gibby Velocuellar at 3rd for the Lemurs and Ryan Beckman at 1st as they mix things around a little bit. 0-2 pitch. Called strike 3, inside corner at the knees of Rondon. And he goes down looking. 2nd strikeout of the game for Ibarra. Both looking. 1 out. Here in the 5th, top of the order, Abel Nieves. He is 2 for 2 today with a couple of singles. Nieves digging in.
Next up for the Lemurs, the third baseman, number 13, Abel Nieves.
Nieves, first pitch taken for a strike. The count 0-1. On the wind and the 0-1 delivery, Nieves is going to take up high, ball 1. And the count 1-1. And the 1-1 missing low. Nieves, if you count winter ball statistics towards his career total, pitch taken outside. In the hits category coming into today with 1,001. Pitch taken down low, and there's ball 4. Phipps walks, or Nieves walks. Now he has 1,003. He would have gotten that 1,000th hit yesterday in the 6th inning. However, I had a conversation with some people, and we've disputed whether you would count Winter League statistics towards career stats. Pitch to Dennis Phipps, called strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Nieves said you would, of course, because it puts him at 1,000 career hits. Dennis Phipps, however, was hesitant to count them. Pitch taken for a ball, 1-1. I asked the players what their thoughts were on it. Myself and the Joplin broadcaster, we said, I don't know that we would count them. Pitch, check swing, and they're going to say Phipps went. Count 1 and 2. Now I need to do a broader survey. As 91 of Nieves' hits have come in winter ball. Pitch taken low, and the count 2-2 to Dennis Phipps. Trying to get the feed to stop flickering like that, but that's about as good as we're going to get. Time call by the catcher Valadez is going to go out and talk to Ibarra. Phipps at the plate. He is 0 for 2 today. Fly out and a ground out into a double play. Right now there's one out with a runner on first. Lemurs down 1-0 to the AirHogs in the bottom of the 5th. Righty versus righty. Ibarra ready with the 2-2 pitch. Phipps swings and hits one high into the air, but shallow right center, racing in his people's walls. And Lenahan, the right fielder, is the one to make the catch. And there's 2 away. Bringing Ty Morrison to the plate. Maybe I'll ask the Lemurs coaches what their opinions are of Winter League stats counting. Morrison at the plate. And Nieves often moving. He slides as he got a great jump off the pitcher, and he has his 3rd stolen base of the year as he slides into second. First pitch missing for a ball to Morrison, the count 1-0. Stolen bag for Abel Nieves, number 3. He's tried to steal 6 times. He has 3 stolen bags and 3 caught stealing. No balls, 1 strike. The count to Morrison. The pitch taken for a strike, and the count 1-1. So a runner in scoring position now for the Lemurs with 2 outs. As Nieves is at second base. Single could score a run for the Lemurs as they try to tie this game up. Morrison 0 for 1 with a walk in the game, and the pitch taken outside corner for strike number 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Between innings, I'll fiddle around with that with our little cord for the video feed. Might go black for a few seconds, but try and get it back to being a little sharper. The 1-2 pitch taken just a little low, and the count evens up. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Morrison. DH for the Lemurs. Nieves getting a walking lead at second. Still fidgeting around with his uniform after sliding into second base. And the 2-2 pitch, Morrison swings and fouls one back to the wall. Behind home plate, the count still 2-2. He'll step out of the box and gather his thoughts. Holding the bat at its barrel, waving it around as he now walks towards the plate, gripping it on its handle now. Tapping the front of his toes as he does when he digs in. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner on second. Lemurs down 1-0. Ibarra from the stretch looks back at Nieves. Sanchez creeping in, the break-even pitch, swung on, grounded right side towards the hole. It skits off the glove of Sanchez, or off of the glove of Bistain and into shallow center just a few feet away from him. Morrison will reach with an infield single. Nieves wisely didn't go home. Probably would have been thrown out by Bistain as he gathered the ball back into himself pretty quickly. And Jesus Poso to the plate. Lemurs with a runner at third base for the first time tonight. Poso is 1 for 2 with a single. A single here would score a run. That pretty much the only single that wouldn't score a run for the Lemurs, or at least wouldn't send a runner home, was an infield single. Morrison at first, Nieves at third, and Poso swings in the first pitch, pops it up, foul territory towards the first base dugout, and unable to make the catch at the dugout is Rodriguez. He bobbles the ball around over at the edge of the dugout, and it falls on in. So Poso given second life. 0-1 the count. Rodriguez hanging around near the edge of the fence. They show the replay here on the feed. I don't even think he was reaching over the fence. There's a pickoff throw to first. Morrison dives back in. And he was trying to catch it about glove. His glove was about the height of the top of that fence where that padding was. 0-1 pitch. Poso taking a called strike in the count 0-2. Could actually rule that an error if the official scorer decides to. A dropped pop-up in foul territory can be ruled an error. 0-2 pitch. Poso swings and misses at the pitch in the dirt. It's behind the catcher. Valadez can't find it initially. Now he throws wide to first, and it gets past Rodriguez. Nieves will score. Poso moves up to second on the errant throw, and just like that, the AirHogs fall apart here in the sixth inning, or in the bottom of the fifth, and the game's tied up. Lemurs will take runs any way they can get them right now. A drop third strike. Valadez scrambling, couldn't find the ball. It was right behind him, around where the umpire was. And he finally got it. He had time still to get Poso, but he threw it wide as he was standing behind home plate firing. Usually drop third strike, it's in front of him. You field it, you run out to the front of home plate, and you throw, you have that angle there. But this time, since it had gotten behind him a bit, he was throwing behind home plate and was really kind of throwing behind the runner. And so that may have skewed his throw a little bit, messing with his vision and getting him in an uncomfortable spot to throw a ball than from what he's used to. Zane Chavez to the plate, and the Lemurs in business as it's tied 1-1 here in the fifth inning. Morrison at third, Poso at second. They're reaching on a drop third strike and a throwing error. Pitch taken for a ball, 1-0. To Zane Chavez, who was 1 for 1 in the game. A single here would score a run, if not two. Poso not the fastest of players, so it would take a pretty well-placed single. 1-1 the count after Chavez fouled off the last pitch. On deck for the Lemurs is J.D. Pulfer. The 1-1 pitch. Chavez swings. He hits one into the air, into center. Peoples Walls to his left, and in makes the catch. That'll end the inning. But the Lemurs do get on the scoreboard, and they tie this game in the bottom of the fifth thanks to some mistakes there by the AirHogs. And we go to the top of the sixth. 1-1, AirHogs and Lemurs all tied up.
With a beverage from Southern Distributing Company. Try mainstays like Miller Lite, Miller 64, and Coors Original, or reach for a Red's Apple Ale or Leinenkugel. Batch 19's the newcomer, a pre-prohibition beer inspired by the last batches of beer brewed before 1919.
Driscoll Health Plan loads the bases with value. We knock it out of the park with all the value-added services we bring to our Medicaid members. Driscoll families cheer on the Grand Slam packages, sports physicals, free memberships to Boys and Girls Clubs, and dental care for pregnant women over 21. Take a swing at our baby showers offered by Cadena de Madre. Forget those peanuts and Cracker Jacks, root for our baby blankets and more. Come slide into home when you receive gift cards for completing Texas Health Steps checkups and attending postpartum visits on time. Don't miss a play. Restrictions and limits may apply. Visit DriscollHealthPlan.com.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger is back at Whataburger.
First of all, you start with a large bun, 2 patties.
Shredded cheddar cheese.
The creamy sauce.
Creamy steak sauce.
My personal favorite part is the onions, the grilled onions and bacon.
Grilled perfection.
It's good stuff. Love it.
You take a bite. It's hard to describe. It's hard to put into words.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger.
Chop House Cheddar Burger. It's back.
I don't have anything else to compare it to. It's the best out there, I think.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger is back.
Only at Whataburger and only for a limited time.
Miller invented light beer, the original light Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to fewer guys with beer bellies, which led to more women attracted to those guys, which led to dates, second dates, wedding bells, and honeymoons, which led to hubba-da, boom, which led to you. Miller Lights, we invented light beer, and you're welcome. 12 ounces contain 96 calories, 3.2 carbs, 1 protein, 0 fat. Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Texas Outlaw Grill is a proud sponsor of your Laredo Lemurs, specializing in outlaw delicacies such as the Texican, the Gringo, and the Bandit hot dog and their ever-famous barbecue burger. Be the first to try their groundbreaking Cabrito hamburger and Cabrito hot dog. For all to-go orders, catering, and fundraising information, go by 5209 Springfield, Suite number 4.
Devin Rodriguez to the plate. Lemurs tied things up in the bottom of the 5th. We're now top of the 6th. It's 1-1. Change that scoreboard there. Pitch fouled off after the first pitch missed for a ball in the dirt. The count 1-1 to Rodriguez, who is 1 for 2 today.
Is over.
So top of the 6th, Lemurs, AirHogs tied at 1. Both teams' runs are unearned. Swinging a foul ball left side. Count 1-2. Now to Devin Rodriguez. Rodriguez was part of 2 errors, while only one was ruled an error. Pitch popped up in the air, left side of the infield. Rondon calling for it as he continues to shift as the wind blowing that ball towards the third base line. Makes the catch a little to the right of his normal shortstop position, but he was playing almost behind second base when that pitch was thrown. There's out number 1. 1 away. Cody Lenahan to the plate. He's 2 for 2 with a pair of singles. But you had Rodriguez dropping a pop-up down the first base line and actually right at the first base dugout. Pitch taken in the dirt, ball 1 by Lenahan. And then you had Rodriguez unable to make the catch from the catcher Valadez, although it was a wide throw. Can't really fault Rodriguez completely for it. Pitch fouled away off the screen, and the count now 1-1. But it did tip his glove, so he was close to it, and even if it pulled him off the bag, he may have been able to throw it home and get Nieves. 1-1 pitch, ground ball down towards first. Poso scoops it up. He's going to flip it a little behind Dodson, but he makes the play still and takes it to the bag for out number 2.
Now batting for the AirHogs, fielder number 17,
Well, I thought I had the camera feed fixed. It may not be on our end. It may be or on my end of that control. It may be the cameras or the control room next door. But 1-1 the score. At the plate, Nick Akins. Poso going over and talking to Dodson on the mound. And the first pitch to Akins taken inside ball 1. So top of the 6th, Lemurs tied things up. Now they've got a few innings here to try and take a lead. Each team with 6 hits, 1 run, and 1 error. 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss. And all 12 overall hits in the game, singles. No one really hitting the ball too hard tonight. 1-1 pitch. Akins taking a strike. Looks like his front foot almost comes out of the batter's box on his stride. The count 1-2. Now getting to toy around with the little device we have that brings the feed to the computer. Between innings, 1-2, the count to Akins. Dodson with the pitch. Taking in the dirt, Akins watching it go by, and the count 2-2. Akins 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Dodson with 4 strikeouts in the ballgame. 3 swinging and 1 looking. Dodson winds in the 2-2 pitch. Akins takes well outside. And the count full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Dodson wants a different baseball. Dodson's only walked 1 person as well today. I said those 6 hits, none of them really hit very hard by the AirHogs. Few just finding holes. 3-2 payoff pitch. Akins fouls it away. And the count still full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, no one on. 1-1 the score. Top of the 6th. Righty batter, lefty pitcher. And the delivery of another payoff pitch in the dirt, ball 4. Dodson with his 2nd walk of the game. And so with 2 outs here in the 6th to bring up Juan Sanchez, who's 0 for 2 in the game as well. This will prompt Chavez out to the mound to have a chat with his pitcher, Zach Dodson. Nieva's going to go out there too from third base. The 3 of them will talk about who knows what. But the mound visit over. Sanchez with a fly out to left and a ground out to short so far today. Got a little pop in his bat as he has has 11 home runs on the year, which is 2nd on the team as far as active players. Dodson with the first pitch. Sanchez swings and hits it down the left field line, but foul. 0-1 the count. Sanchez, one of those guys, also started off pretty hot for the AirHogs, but cooled off a lot. His batting average now down almost to 250 even. It's at 253 coming into today. Last pitch fouled off down the third base line, and the count still moves to 0-2. Sanchez digging into the box, now down 0-2 to Dodson. Infield shifted for Sanchez to pull the ball, and the 0-2 pitch taken in the dirt. As you can see, Pulfer just to the right of the bag at second base. Rondon is way over at short and playing fairly deep, right around just in front of the lip there as the infield dirt meets the outfield grass. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. That'll end the inning. A 2-out walk is all that the AirHogs get. Dodson records his 5th strikeout of the game, and we go on to the bottom of the 6th. Lemurs, AirHogs tied at 1.
That's Texas Outlaw Grill.
Before your Memorial Day party gets going, drive over to Ashley Furniture Home Store this week for our best Memorial Day sale ever. Get dramatic price reduction store-wide or no interest until January 2021. Choose from sofas and sectionals, all at unbelievably low prices. Plus find savings on beds and amazing deals on dining rooms. It's our best Memorial Day sale ever, so don't wait. Hurry over to Ashley Furniture Home Store right now. Ashley Furniture Home Store. This is home. 4520 San Bernardo Avenue, Laredo, Texas. 956-712-2401. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payments required. See store for details.
details. Core Business Solutions is a proud sponsor of Lemurs Baseball. Core Business Solutions services the 17 southernmost counties of Texas as well as areas of northern Mexico. They offer a wide range of high-tech solutions for businesses and organizations. Make Core Business Solutions your solution today.
Hey, ¿tienes algo que celebrar? ¿Que le salió el primer diente a tu hijo? ¿Que tu abuelita aprendió a tuitear? ¿Que cambiaste tu cheque? La respuesta es la misma. Pues un carnesazo. No importa lo que estés celebrando, lo que importa es que lo celebres. Pues con un carnesazo de H-E-B. En H-E-B encuentras gran variedad de cortes a precios bajos y de buena calidad. Carnesazo. Carne asada con ganas solo en H-E-B.
Falcon Bank and the Laredo Lemurs are a winning combination. At Falcon, they know what counts. Personalized service, attention to detail, and genuine commitment to helping customers achieve their dreams. Falcon Bank, guided by faith, grounded by family, and committed to you.
Miller invented light beer, the original light Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to people wondering L-I-T-E, that's how you spell light, which led to people thumbing through their dictionaries, which led to there's got to be a better way to look up words, which led to the invention of spell check, which led to better resumes, promotions, celebrations, and happy hour. Miller Lite, we invented light beer and happy hour. You're welcome. 12 ounces contain 96 calories, 3.2 carbs, 1 protein, 0 fat. Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
J.D. Pulfer leads off the inning for the Lemurs. Bottom of the sixth, game tied at 1. Diego Ibarra winds, and the first pitch to Pulfer is swung on and hit back over the screen behind home plate. Foul, count 0-1. Pulfer 0 for 2 today. Fly out to left and a strikeout looking. Now the wind and the 0-1 pitch. Pulfer taking a called strike, and it's 0-2. That pitch on the outer corner. Pulfer going to walk around now, down 0-2 in the count, as he's want to do this season. Down 0-2, takes his time between pitches. Anytime really with 2 strikes, Pulfer takes his time. Whether it's 0-2, 1-2, 2-2, 3-2. And the 0-2 pitch from Ibarra. Pulfer takes high and in. Now the count 1-2. Bottom 6, Lemurs really have a must-win situation every game from here on out. He swings, grounds it left side. Scooping it is Morales, the third baseman. Spins and throws to first. There's out number 1. When you look at the playoff outlook for these teams, or for the Lemurs, AirHogs not in the playoff race. Burt Reynolds to the plate. Reynolds 0 for 1 with a walk today. Also was caught stealing. Lemurs 2.5 games out of the wild card, trailing the Gold Eyes. Winnipeg has a day off, so the Lemurs will either gain or lose ground today, one or the other. Reynolds swings, pops one up right side, foul territory towards the first base dugout, and that's going to get out of play into the seats, and the count 0-1 to Reynolds.
And just a reminder, Texas Outlaw Grills Monday Night Special, buy any hot dog and get a free brisket, free pop.
But so the Lemurs with a win will move to 2 games behind Winnipeg, or with a loss, 3 games behind Winnipeg. And then each team will have 7 games left. 0-1 pitch to Reynolds. Swings and taps one back behind home plate, and the count 0-2. Magic number for the Winnipeg Gold Eyes is 5. That's either 5, it's a combination of wins by the Gold Eyes and losses by the Lemurs. There's a swing and a soft grounder down the third base line. It's rolling fair and will be fair. Picking it up is Morales right before it gets to the third base bag, as he realizes it's not going to roll foul, and Reynolds with an infield single. There's another one of those singles that we've had so many times today. Reynolds will take it. He's on base. Bring down 0-2. Drew Martinez, who's 1 for 2 in the game, comes to the dish. Lemurs enter the game today 15-1 against the AirHogs, trying to keep that going. Winning the last 8 against Texas. Martinez swinging at the first pitch and fouling it off at the plate. The count 0-1. Lemurs trailing Wichita by 5 games in the South Division. Wingnuts' magic number is 3. So they only need to win 3 games to clinch the division. Throw over to first, check on Reynolds. He tried to steal a bag already today, but was thrown out. Count 0-1 on Martinez. Game tied at 1. No balls, 1 strike. The count on Martinez. And the pitch swung on and fouled back to the screen, 0-2. Still some work to do for the Lemurs, really, though, to get in the playoffs. Probably going to have to go 8-0 or 7-1 down these last 8 games here at home. Not impossible. Like I said, with their record against the AirHogs this year, a sweep, or going 3-1 against Texas, not out of the realm of possibilities. 2-0 or 0-2 pitch, a pitch out, as they try to see if Reynolds is stealing. He's not. And the count 1-2 now to Martinez. But the Wingnuts, they've had the Lemurs number this season. So that's going to be the tough series. Like I said, go 7-1 or 8-0. That means winning 3 or 4 against the Wingnuts. Pitch fouled away. The count 1-2. Since the Wingnuts' magic number is 3, they can clinch before they even get to Laredo. They can clinch by just winning their games, winning 3 of the 4 games against the Joplin Blasters. 1-2 the count to Martinez. Reynolds with the lead. He's off and moving with the pitch. Martinez swings and fouls it off. He just got a piece of it. It goes back to the screen. There was a very late foul call. It would have been a swing and a miss and a stolen bag for Reynolds. As the ball went back to the screen, Reynolds was rounding second, going to third even. Reynolds, at least it looked like they're saying foul ball. No, the ball hit him. That's what it was. I'm trying to figure out what. Martinez started running down first base. Coming to the plate was Rondon. Martinez's bat went through the zone as he was trying to avoid being hit by a pitch. And now the umpires will meet. So this could bring out an interesting ruling. Martinez definitely went through the zone with the bat. I didn't know if the ball hit the bat at all. I couldn't quite tell. I'm trying to decide if the ball hit Martinez or not. Reynolds is still at second. Martinez is almost to first. Rondon is trying to figure out if he's going to come to the plate now or have to wait. They're going to tell Reynolds to go back to first. And looks like Martinez is heading back to the dugout. Rondon still at the plate, kind of questioning as he's about to dig into the box. Looking back towards the dugout. So Rondon's having a conversation with Charlie Clemens now at home plate. Trying to figure out what's going on. I guess it's a strikeout. And the ball hit Martinez. So that's the only thing I can figure is Martinez swung and missed, but the ball hit him. It would be a strike. And I guess they're ruling that then also a dead ball, even though Reynolds was moving on the pitch. So he has to stay at first. And it'll be a strikeout for out number 2. So Rondon to the plate. Reynolds at first still with 2 outs on the inning. And the pitch, Rondon swinging at it, pops it up. Shallow left, charging in is Akins, going out is Sanchez. Sanchez lost it for a second, but now finds it and makes the catch. And that'll end the inning. So controversial play at the plate. And it looks like the home plate umpire may have got hit by the bat of Rondon, as the bat is behind home plate, and they have rushed out Jojo Villarreal, the Lemurs trainer, and Brent Duke, the AirHogs trainer, have both raced out to attend to Charlie Clemens, the home plate umpire, who is down with his face in the grass at home plate. The bat was laying about 8 feet behind him, and they are bringing out every kind of medical personnel that they have. It may be possible that Rondon's bat broke. I didn't see the bat broke. I followed the ball and lost track of the bat. But they're attending to his, looks like the umpire's face. So we'll go to a break here. Lemurs, AirHogs tied at 1 as we go to the top of the 7th from Laredo.
Chavarrias Plumbing, the #1 choice for any plumbing problem. Chavarrias is a full-service company with up-to-date technology, trained professionals. With over 30 years of service to the community, Chavarrias is still growing strong. Visit chavarriasplumbing.com and go Lemurs! Chavarrias Plumbing, the #1 choice for any plumbing problem. Chavarrias is a full-service company with up-to-date technology, trained professionals. With over 30 years of service to the community, Chavarrias is still growing strong. Visit chavarriasplumbing.com and go Lemurs!
Getting hungry? Popeyes always hits the spot. Make sure to stop by any Popeyes location to try out Popeyes' new Smoky Garlic Chili Chicken Dinner. It includes 4 smoky garlic chicken tenderloins served with Popeye's new garlic herb dipping sauce, your choice of a signature side, and a buttermilk biscuit for just $4.99. Promotion starts Monday, May 25th.
South Texas families never strike out with Driscoll Health Plan. Catch the value-added services we pitch to our Medicaid members. Enjoy a free membership to specific boys and girls clubs. Receive gift cards for completing Texas healthcare checkups. Restrictions and limitations may apply. Visit us at driscollhealthplan.com.
Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic, the official team doctors of your Laredo Lemurs. Now with 2 convenient locations to better serve you. Our north location is located at 9652 McPherson Road, Suite 12. Our south location is located at 5102 State Highway 359. Laredo Sports Medicine offers an array of services from physical therapy to our newest service, orthopedic surgery. Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic is changing orthopedic care one athlete at a time. Visit our website at laredosportsmed.com for more information.
For all of your vehicle collision repair and paint needs, there's only one place to turn, Mike's Paint Place. Mike's Paint Place has computerized color matching and digital imaging. They also do full frame and suspension repairs. Stop by and see Mike's Paint Place today at 6410 Polaris Drive in Laredo.
We'd like to imagine that if you're listening to this, it's on a radio in a backyard in between innings. The grass was mowed this morning, and the grill smells like heaven. And what do you know? Your friends just arrived with a 24-pack of Miller Lite, along with a few new friends to enjoy them with. Here's hoping we're right, and you're not just stuck in traffic. Here's hoping it's Miller time.
Great beer, great responsibility. 2015 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
There's a reason why Popeyes creates some of the best tasting chicken in the world. We were born in New Orleans, Louisiana, the land of good fun and great cooking. Spicy flavor is a way of life in New Orleans, and everything we make reflects it. From our Popeyes bona fide chicken and handcrafted tenders to our home-style mashed potatoes with Cajun gravy and our soft, buttery biscuits, everything we make is made with care and served up fresh. Only at Popeyes.
Quench your thirst at a Lemurs game with a beverage from Southern Distributing Company. Try mainstays like Miller Lite, Miller 64, and Coors Original, or reach for a Red's Apple Ale or Leinenkugel. Batch 19's the newcomer, a pre-prohibition beer inspired by the last batches of beer brewed before 1919.
Driscoll Health Plan loads the bases with value. We knock it out of the park with all the value-added services we bring to our Medicaid members. Driscoll families cheer on the Grand Slam packages, sports physicals, free memberships to Boys and Girls Clubs, and dental care for pregnant women over 21. Take a swing at our baby showers offered by Dina de Madre. Forget those peanuts and Cracker Jacks, root for our baby blankets and more. Come slide into home when you receive gift cards for completing Texas Health Steps checkups and attending postpartum visits on time. Don't miss a play. Restrictions and limits may apply. Visit driscollhealthplan.com.
Well, they've gotten Charlie Clemens off the field. They brought down the EMTs that they have here for fans in case fans get hit by foul balls or bats. And I pulled it up on the YouTube stream, it back and forth, and watched it a few times. They didn't have the replay next door. I don't know why they didn't have it, but they didn't. But it looks like somehow Rondon on his swing, the bat stayed in his hand longer than he expected, or flew out of his hand unexpectedly, and it went flying back and it hit the home plate umpire, Charlie Clemens, and we hope he's okay. This is the second time this year we've had a home plate umpire, get hit by an object and have to leave the game. So we'll be down to a two-man crew as one of the other umpires, I couldn't tell who it was, I think it was the third base umpire, Mike Mazza, who went and put on the gear to do the home plate duties. It looks like we'll have a new pitcher in the ball game, though. Luis De La Cruz will come in this inning in relief. But Rondon, you can see he was surprised by the bat leaving his hand, or at least leaving his hand the way it was. As he turned, you could see him look and kind of put his hands up as if to say, "Oh no," and almost apologetically. And he flinched a bit as well. It certainly wasn't intentional. I mean, you would hope a guy would not intentionally hit an umpire, and that's not what happened. But it didn't look like the bat broke. I couldn't quite tell, but I don't think it did. If it had, bats don't often get broken and go behind home plate. They go down a line or back up the middle. They go somewhere towards the field of play, not behind home plate. So, not really sure where it got him on his head, but it did look like it got him in the head. So we still don't have a home plate umpire at the moment, as we're in the top of the seventh. Leading off the inning will be Michael Valadez. Valadez has already walked up to home plate, but we've had a break in action. So we're still waiting on the umpire to come back out of the dugout, or out of the clubhouse. I believe it will be Mike Mazza who will do the home plate duties. So certainly hope that Charlie Clemens is okay. We'll go to another break here as we still wait for a second umpire. Right now we only have one on the field at the moment.
At Whataburger.
First of all, you start with a large bun, 2 patties,
Shredded cheddar cheese.
The creamy sauce.
Creamy steak sauce.
My personal favorite part is the onions, the grilled onions and bacon.
Grilled perfection.
It's good stuff. Love it.
You take a bite. It's hard to describe. It's hard to put into words.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger.
Chop House Cheddar Burger. It's back.
I don't have anything else to compare it to. It's the best out there, I think.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger is back.
Only at Whataburger and only for a limited time. The Chop House Cheddar Burger is back at Whataburger.
First of all, you start with a large.
Miller invented light beer, the original light Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to fewer guys with beer bellies, which led to more women attracted to those guys, which led to dates, second dates, wedding bells, and honeymoons, which led to hubbada, boom, which led to you. Miller Lite, we invented light beer, and you're welcome. 12 ounces contain 96 calories, 3.2 carbs, 1 protein, 0 fat. Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Texas Outlaw Grill is a proud sponsor of your Laredo Lemurs, specializing in outlaw delicacies such as the Texican, the Gringo, and the Bandit hot dog and their ever-famous barbecue burger. Be the first to try their groundbreaking Cabrito hamburger and Cabrito hot dog. For all to-go orders, catering, and fundraising information, go by 5209 Springfield Suite number 4 or call 956-771-1919. That's Texas Outlaw Grill.
Looks like we do have a home plate umpire now. Mike Mazza has returned from the clubhouse after changing into his protective wear that he's going to have to wear behind home plate. And we'll be down to a two-man crew here for the rest of the game. Top of the 7th, Lemurs taking on the AirHogs. Luis De La Cruz into pitch, so that means the day is done for Zach Dodson. Dodson today on the mound for the Lemurs. The starter gave up 6 hits, 1 run. It was unearned. He walked 2 and struck out 5 today. So De La Cruz into the game, the right-hander this season for the Lemurs. De La Cruz is 2-1 with a 2.96 ERA. He has 5 saves, 41 appearances, all out of the bullpen. 45 2/3 innings pitched, 39 strikeouts to 23 walks. So the righty on the mound, and usually when a new home plate umpire comes out, he wants to see a couple of warm-up tosses from behind home plate, kind of, I guess, gather his bearings, get the timing down and things with the pitchers, but he's not doing that here. Here comes the first pitch from De La Cruz, and it's taken for a called strike. Oh, and 1 the count. Batter Michael Valadez today is 1 for 2. Valadez taking up high with the fastball, and the count 1 ball and 1 strike. Radar gun still not working. Wasn't really working the last couple of homestands, and still not this one. 1 ball, 1 strike. De La Cruz, righty versus righty, with the pitch taken a little bit high, and the count 2-1. Lemurs, AirHogs tied at 1. The other umpire, if you're wondering where with the two-man crew he will be positioned right now, he's down the first base line. 2-1 pitch, taken down and away. Valadez thought about swinging, but held up. And the count now 3 balls and 1 strike to Michael Valadez. One of the 2 catchers for the AirHogs on their roster, the other Michael Miller, both with the name Michael. 3 balls, 1 strike, and the pitch to Valadez. He swings and pops one up right side over the first base dugout and out of play. And it looks like a fan made a leaning, one-handed, bare-handed catch over a seat. He was leaning over about 2 seats back behind him. Great play by the fan. 3 balls and 2 strikes. The count to Valadez now as he digs into the box. De La Cruz kicks and fires. Payoff pitch. Valadez foul tips it off of Chavez, the catcher. And he drops to a knee. Guys just getting beat up behind home plate right now. So that's the second umpire we've had hurt in a game this season. Taylor Payne earlier in the year got hit in his hand or wrist, something like that earlier this season. I don't think we've seen Taylor Payne or his crew in Laredo since then. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The count to Valadez as he leads off the 7th for the AirHogs, and the pitch from De La Cruz taken for a called strike 3. De La Cruz strikes out the first batter he faces here in the 7th in relief. And there's 1 away. Not a busy day around the American Association tonight. Just 4 games in action. So 8 teams overall. As there are 8 teams who have only played 92 games. Swing and a miss, the first pitch. It's Kenny Peoples Walls at the plate. He's 1 for 2 with a single. So after today, everyone will have a game every night going forward until next Monday. So for the next 7 days, everyone will be playing. Ground ball, right side towards Pulfer. He comes up with it, throws to first, and there's 2 away. Back to the top of the order. Brian Bistain. So right now it's 4-0 in Fargo. The Redhawks leading the Kansas City T-Bones. Sioux City did manage to win. As they played a 5-inning game, I guess they got rained out. 11-4, they won over the Lincoln Salt Dogs today. Explorers with the win, and with the win, now that does to bring about the three-way tie right now for the Central Division between Gary, Lincoln, and Sioux City, all at 49 and 44. First pitch missing for ball one to Bistain. And the other game, obviously here it's 1-1 in the seventh. Wichita and Joplin. Bottom of the eighth, Joplin leading Wichita 4-2. The pitch low, 2-0. Two outs, no one on here at the top of the seventh. Lemurs and AirHogs tied at 1. Both runs unearned, each team with an error. De La Cruz kicks, and the 2-0 pitch. Bistain takes a strike with a fastball, outer corner at the knees, 2-1. So we need to be rooting hard for Joplin right now. 2-1 pitch to Bistain. Swing and a foul back to the screen. Blaster's getting a little hot here late. Not like it's going to help them much. They started Mario Morales, their rookie pitcher, who's been pretty good this season. He went 6 1/3. They've already gone to their bullpen. They're facing Jesse Pratt for the AirHogs, or for the Wingnuts, who went 6 innings, gave up 4 runs. Pitch fouled away. And the count stays 2-2 to Bistain. So we'll keep an eye on that ball game here throughout the rest of the night. 2-2 the count with 2 outs and no one on in the top of the seventh here. De La Cruz against Brian Bistain. And the break-even pitch fouled away again to the right side of the screen behind home plate. Right at the edge of the dugout, and the count still 2 balls, 2 strikes. Lemurs tied it up in the 5th inning on a wild series of events. And they'll have the top of the order when they come up next inning. 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss. De La Cruz got Bistain to chase up and away. And that'll end the inning. 3 up, 3 down. De La Cruz with a couple of punch outs. And we go to the bottom of the 7th. Lemurs, AirHogs tied at 1.
Before your Memorial Day party gets going, drive over to Ashley Furniture Home Store this week for our best Memorial Day sale ever. Get dramatic price reduction store-wide or no interest until January 2021. Choose from sofas and sectionals, all at unbelievably low prices. Plus find savings on beds and amazing deals on dining rooms. It's our best Memorial Day sale ever, so don't wait. Hurry over to Ashley Furniture Home Store right now. Ashley Furniture Home Store. This is home. 4520 San Bernardo Avenue, Laredo, Texas. 956-712-2401. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payments required. See store for details.
Core Business Solutions is a proud sponsor of Lemurs Baseball. Core Business Solutions services the 17 southernmost counties of Texas as well as areas of northern Mexico. They offer a wide range of high-tech solutions for businesses and organizations. Make Core Business Solutions your solution today.
Hey, ¿tienes algo que celebrar? ¿Que le salió el primer diente a tu hijo? ¿Que tu abuelita aprendió a tuitear? ¿Que cambiaste tu cheque? La respuesta es la misma. Pues un carnesazo. No importa lo que estés celebrando, lo que importa es que lo celebres. Pues con un carnesazo de H-E-B. En H-E-B encuentras gran variedad de cortes a precios bajos y de buena calidad. Carnesazo. Carne asada con ganas solo en H-E-B.
Falcon Bank and the Laredo Lemurs are a winning combination. At Falcon, they know what counts. Personalized service, attention to detail, and genuine commitment to helping customers achieve their dreams. Falcon Bank, guided by faith, grounded by family, and committed to you.
Miller invented light beer, the original light Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to people wondering L-I-T-E, that's how you spell light, which led to people thumbing through their dictionaries, which led to there's got to be a better way to look up words, which led to the invention of spell check, which led to better resumes, promotions, celebrations, and happy hour.
Bottom of 7th. Abel Nieves takes the first pitch inside for ball 1. Nieves, leadoff hitter for the Lemurs, is 2 for 2 with a walk and 2 singles with a run scored. Pitch missing and the count 2-0. Lemurs, AirHogs, tied 1-1. Here comes the pitch, and it's swung on, hit into the air, into deep right. Running back is Lenahan, and he won't get there. It's going to one-hop and go to the wall. Cruising into second with the first extra base hit of the entire ball game for either team is Nieves. It's a leadoff double here in the 7th, and the Lemurs are in business with a runner in scoring position. Still on the hill is Diego Ibarra going into the 7th inning. And, well, after that leadoff double, Dennis Phipps to the plate, the runner on second. Phipps has struggled as of late. As he went 1 for 16 in the series. Pitch taken low for a ball, 1-0 against the Joplin Blasters. 0 for 4 in yesterday's game. 0 for 4 the day before that. And 0 for 4 the day before, then the game before that in the second game of the doubleheader. It was 0 for his last pitch taken for a ball. 0 for his last 14 coming into the game, and is now 0 for 3 today. Count 2-0. So Phipps 0 for his last 17 at the plate. The 2-0 pitch swings and he hammers one, but it's foul to the left side. Just a little early on it, and the count 1-2. For his last 17, 1 for his last 20. But Phipps can change that all with a swing of the bat. He can give the Lemurs a lead. With a base hit, extra base hit, home run, either of them. And a runner on second in scoring position there. Pitch missing low. A dangerous position for Ibarra. He's down 3-1 to Phipps. And the pitch. Phipps takes down and outside. He'll walk. And we'll take that too. Just put another runner on base as Ty Morrison comes to the plate. Now the catcher Valadez, shortstop Sanchez, and third baseman Morales is going to go talk to Ibarra. Out there on the mound, Rodriguez and Bistain going to stay at their positions, first and second respectively. Morrison today is 1 for 2 with a single and a walk. Mike Mazzo is about to come over to break up the meeting, but right as he's stepping forward, they left the mound. Morrison. Now James Frisbee is going to come out of the dugout, the manager for the AirHogs. Let's see if Ibarra stays in the game or if it's just a mound visit. He does make the mound visits as the AirHogs pitching coach Jeff Russell doesn't make road trips. This is going to be a very short mound visit as Maz is going out there to break it up quickly. Since the same players went back out there. Actually, Sanchez is hanging out at second base with Nieves. It was just Morales and Valadez who went out to the mound. No outs. Runners on first and second for the Lemurs. Morrison at the plate. Morrison, an excellent bunter. This would be a position to try to push those runners into scoring position in which you might see a bunt. Lefty batter against the righty pitcher. See if he squares around. He does, and he bunts it. Fair territory down towards the third baseman. Morales slings it to first. Sack bunt. Morrison put away. 5-3 the putout. Nieves moves up to third, and Phipps to second. 2 runners in scoring position, and Jesus Poso at the plate. Poso 1 for 3 today. He reached on a single in the third, and also on a drop third strike and error in the fifth. Game tied at 1. Infield going to come up to the lip of the grass with Phipps at second and Nieves at third. First pitch, a ground ball right to Morales at third, and he'll throw to first. And just like that, there's 2 outs in the inning. First pitch grounder left side. Bouncing ball perfectly to Morales, and Zane Chavez to the plate, who is 1 for 3 with a single. Base hit for the Lemurs here would be huge. Give them a lead going into the 8th. Chavez digging in, lefty batter, righty pitcher. Nieves almost running home. First pitch taken for a strike. Chavez checking his swing, but it didn't matter. It was a called strike, 0-1. Nieves trying to get in the head of Ibarra a little bit out there on the mound with his lead at third as he was running about 5 feet off the bag. The 0-1 pitch in the dirt blocked by Valadez. Boy, if a pitch gets away, run could score as well. Lemurs have already scored once unconventionally. That was a drop third strike and throwing error when Poso was at the plate back in the 5th. Nieves scored from third. Very similar situation. There were 2 outs at the plate then. 1-1 pitch. Chavez takes down and in. 2-1. So Nieves in prime position to score the second of the Lemurs runs today as well as the first one. 2 balls, 1 strike. And the pitch. Chavez takes up and away. Count now 3-1 to the Lemurs catcher. Don't look now, but Wichita scored a couple of runs there in the bottom of the 8th. It's tied at 4. Joplin and Wichita, bottom 8 in Wichita. 3 balls, 1 strike to count to Chavez. And they're going to intentionally walk him there with that last pitch. And that'll bring J.D. Pulford to the plate. So not wanting to throw a mistake pitch on a 3-1 or get too much of the plate and let Chavez tee off on one for a base hit. They throw one outside intentionally and bring Pulford to the plate. Pulford 0 for 3, a fly out, ground out, and a strikeout. Bases loaded. 2 walks and a double in the inning. The double was to lead off the inning. We had a sac bunt and a ground out. Bases loaded. Nieves at third, Phipps at second, and Chavez at first. Pulford at the plate against Diego Ibarra, the rookie, in the pitch. In the dirt, blocked by Valadez. Keeps it in front of him. 1-0. A walk here, though, brings a run in. Pulford taking the first pitch, as he does here, with a 1-0 count. Vuvuzela person in the house today. Not making their presence felt as much as usual, though. 1-0 pitch. Pulford takes a strike to the knees, and the count 1-1. First of 8 games at home and 8 straight days to end the year. 1 ball, 1 strike to Pulford. Pitch taken inside. 2-1. Boy, we like to run that music real close to the delivery of the baseball. 2 balls and a strike to Pulford. And the delivery from Ibarra, he swings, hits one in the air, right side, down the line, but it's going to drift out of play. Foul. Count 2-2. Evens up to Pulford. Pulford 0 for 3 yesterday. 0 for 4 the game before that. His last hit was in that the second game of the doubleheader. A 3-run home run in the 4th inning. 2-2 pitch. Pulford takes low in the dirt. Picked out by the catcher Valadez, and the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bases loaded. Runners will be moving on the pitch. Big time situation here. A lot riding on this pitch. Chavez at first, Phipps at second, Nieves at third. They'll all be moving here as the carousel of Lemurs begins right now with the payoff pitch in the dirt, ball 4. Pulford gets an RBI with a walk. Nieves comes in to score. Pulford tossing the gloves and the bat, the shin guard, almost as if it was a bat flip with a home run. Just ridding himself of everything. And James Frisbee is going to make a pitching change. So the bases loaded walk, third walk of the inning, brings in a run. The Lemurs lead 2-1. We'll come back with the new pitcher here in a moment, as the Lemurs have taken the lead over the AirHogs 2-1.
Miller Lite, the invented light beer, and happy hour. You're welcome. 12 ounces contain 96 calories, 3.2 carbs, 1 protein, 0 fat. Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Chavarria's Plumbing's the #1 choice for any plumbing problem. Chavarria's is a full-service company with up-to-date technology, trained professionals. With over 30 years of service to the community, Chavarria's is still growing strong. Visit chavarriasplumbing.com and go Lemurs!
Getting hungry? Popeyes always hits the spot. Make sure to stop by any Popeyes location to try out Popeyes' new Smoky Garlic Chili Chicken Dinner. It includes 4 smoky garlic chicken tenderloins served with Popeyes' new garlic herb dipping sauce, your choice of a signature side, and a buttermilk biscuit for just $4.99. Promotion starts Monday, May 25th.
South Texas families never strike out with Driscoll Health Plan. Catch the value-added services we pitch to our Medicaid members. Enjoy a free membership to specific boys and girls clubs. Receive gift cards for completing Texas healthcare checkups. Restrictions and limitations may apply. Visit us at DriscollHealthPlan.com.
Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic, the official team doctors of your Laredo Lemurs. Now with 2 convenient locations to better serve you. Our north location is located at 9652 McPherson Road, Suite 12. Our south location is located at 5102 State Highway 359. Laredo Sports Medicine offers an array of services from physical therapy to our newest service, orthopedic surgery. Laredo Sports Medicine Clinic is changing orthopedic care one athlete at a time. Visit our website at laredosportsmed.com for more information.
For all of your vehicle collision repair and paint needs, there's only one place to turn: Mike's Paint Place. Mike's Paint Place has computerized color matching and digital imaging. They also do full frame and suspension repairs. Stop by and see Mike's Paint Place today at 6410 Polaris Drive in Laredo.
We'd like to imagine that if you're listening to this, it's on a radio in a backyard in between innings. The grass was mowed this morning, and the grill smells like heaven. And what do you know? Your friends just arrived with a 24-pack of Miller Lite, along with a few new friends to enjoy them with. Here's hoping we're right, and you're not just stuck in traffic. Here's hoping it's Miller time.
Burt Reynolds to the plate, bases loaded for the Lemurs. Still with 2 outs on the inning. The first pitch, Reynolds takes for a strike at the knees and the count 0-1. On the mound right now for the AirHogs, it is Jack Carricker, another rookie out of the University of Oregon. 0-1 pitch, Reynolds taking for a strike in the count 0-2. Reynolds today 1 for 2 with a little dribbler down the third base line for a single and a walk. Carricker 1-1 with a 1.74 ERA and 10 appearances this season. No saves. 0-2 pitch to Reynolds. Swing and a miss. There's strike 3. Carricker 3 pitches, 3 strikes. Lemurs leave the bases loaded, but they do score a run here in the 7th. We go to the top of the 8th. Lemurs lead 2-1 over the AirHogs.
It's time for tonight's Miller Lite Polar
Great beer, great responsibility. 2015 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
There's a reason why Popeyes creates some of the best tasting chicken in the world. We were born in New Orleans, Louisiana, the land of good fun and great cooking. Spicy flavor is a way of life in New Orleans, and everything we make reflects it. From our Popeyes bona fide chicken and handcrafted tenders to our home-style mashed potatoes with Cajun gravy and our soft, buttery biscuits, everything we make is made with care and served up fresh. Only at Popeyes.
Quench your thirst at a Lemurs game with a beverage from Southern Distributing Company. Try mainstays like Miller Lite, Miller 64, and Coors Original, or reach for a Red's Apple Ale or Leinenkugel. Batch 19's the newcomer, a pre-prohibition beer inspired by the last batches of beer brewed before 1919.
Driscoll Health Plan loads the bases with value. We knock it out of the park with all the value-added services we bring to our Medicaid members. Driscoll families cheer on the Grand Slam packages, sports physicals, free memberships to Boys and Girls Clubs, and dental care for pregnant women over 21. Take a swing at our baby showers offered by Cadena de Madre. Forget those peanuts and Cracker Jacks, root for our baby blankets and more. Come slide into home when you receive gift cards for completing Texas Health Steps checkups and attending postpartum visits on time. Don't miss a play. Restrictions and limits may apply. Visit DriscollHealthPlan.com.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger is back at Whataburger.
First of all, you start with a large bun, 2 patties,
Shredded cheddar cheese.
The creamy sauce.
Creamy steak sauce.
My personal favorite part is the onions, the grilled onions and bacon.
Grilled perfection.
It's good stuff. Love it.
You take a bite. It's hard to describe. It's hard to put into words.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger.
Chop House Cheddar Burger. It's back.
I don't have anything else to compare it to. It's the best out there, I think.
The Chop House Cheddar Burger is back.
Only at Whataburger and only for a limited time.
Miller invented light beer, the original light Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to fewer guys with beer bellies, which led to more women attracted to those guys, which led to dates, second dates, wedding bells, and honeymoons, which led to hubba-da, boom, which led to you. Miller Lite, we invented light beer, and you're welcome. 12 ounces contain 96 calories, 3.2 carbs, 1 protein, 0 fat. Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Texas Outlaw Grill is a proud sponsor of your Laredo Lemurs.
Corey Morales leads off the inning for the Texas AirHogs. Lemurs lead 2-1. Here in the top of the 8th, De La Cruz still on the hill. He came in relief last inning, went 3 up, 3 down with 2 strikeouts. They're leaving him out there for another one. And Morales swings and hits the first pitch in the air to deep left, but not unplayable for Burt Reynolds out there as he's just short of the warning track, makes the catch for out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out. Fly out to left. Lemurs still lead 2-1.
Next up for the AirHogs and designated hitter number 6, Leon Bird.
Leon Bird to the plate. Bird today is 0 for 3. He reached on an error and scored back in the first inning, the lone run for the AirHogs. The pitch, Bird squares around but doesn't go through the zone with it, keeps it back, and the count 1-0. So 1-0 the count to Reynolds. Or not Reynolds, to Bird, and he takes outside. Almost went through the zone again, this time with a swing, and the count 2-0. Pitch swung on, hit in the air into center. Running back is Martinez, but he'll get to it as he slows up to a slow jog and makes the catch. 2 away. 2 up, 2 down for De La Cruz. And Devin Rodriguez, 1 for 3 in the game to the plate. Top of the 8th. Lemurs have their first lead in quite some time. What were we saying? It was 28 innings back in the 4th before they had a lead, so had a few more, something around 31 innings without a lead. Rodriguez to the plate. First pitch, he takes for a strike of the knees, outside corner, 0-1. So Lemurs finally break that streak, having not led since the last time they had a lead was when they won the game in the first game of that doubleheader in Joplin 3 days ago. 0-1 pitch taken inside. Rodriguez leaning out of the way, 1-1. Game in which the Lemurs hit 3 solo home runs. They hit 5 home runs in one day in that doubleheader day. 14 innings, 2 7-inning games. And well, you thought, wow, 5 home runs, one day, this is going to continue. It didn't. 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Rodriguez leaning way out for that. He comes up empty-handed. 1-2 the count. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. De La Cruz 1 pitch away from getting out of the inning. Pitch just inside. The fastball, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Still with that 2-man umpire crew. Hasn't really had too much of an effect from what I can tell. Of course, it's a different person calling balls and strikes. But as far as out in the field, there hasn't been any plays made that have been controversial that another umpire would have helped on. Pitch grounded towards Poso. He fields it, backpedaling on it. Will flip it to the bag at first where De La Cruz makes the play. It's a 3-up, 3-down inning. Here in the top of the 8th, we go to the bottom half. Lemurs lead 2-1 over the AirHogs.
Outlaw delicacies such as the Texican, the Gringo, and the Bandit hot dog and their ever-famous barbecue burger. Be the first to try their groundbreaking Cabrito hamburger and Cabrito hot dog. For all to-go orders, catering, and fundraising information, go by 5209 Springfield Suite number 4 or call 956-771-1919. That's Texas Outlaw Grill.
Trey Masick on the pitch for the AirHogs. Pitching change again, their 3rd pitcher of the day. And for Jack Carricker, give you the final line on Diego Ibarra first, the starter for the AirHogs. He went 6 2/3, gave up 8 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned. He walked 6 though tonight. A very high number of walks. And had 4 strikeouts. Lemurs unable to capitalize on all those walks. Just getting 1 run out of it. Well, 2 runs total, but 1 run out of the people who walked. Of course, one of the walks brought in a run, so that certainly helped. Trey Masick on the pitch. Jack Carricker faced 1 batter and struck him out on 3 pitches. Drew Martinez leads off the inning. Righty Masick firing high for ball 1 to Martinez, who was 1 for 3 today with a single. Masick on the night, or on the year, is 1-0 with an ERA of 1.00. 16 outings, no saves. All outings in relief, pitch high 2-0. He's thrown 18 innings, has 13 strikeouts and 10 walks. AirHogs as a team, or as a team pitching staff, has walked 335 batters this year. 4 more than the Lemurs have entering the day. Pitch called a strike, although the 8 walks compared to just 2 will certainly boost the number higher, or the gap higher, as the count now 2-1 to Drew Martinez. Masick with the 2-1 delivery. Martinez taking outside. 3 balls and a strike. Masick, the guy, if you don't remember, talked about this a while ago when we last played the AirHogs. He kind of hides the glove, the ball and his glove, behind him as he comes to a set on the hill. Brings it forward and then back around his side. 3-1 pitch fouled off as it hit the ground and then hit Martinez somewhere. He's in some pain, and the count full 3-2. So obviously he's standing with one hip pointing towards home plate and the other hip pointing towards second. And he hides that ball from the batter by trying to put it on that hip that points towards second base. Martinez going to walk around now. Around home plate, hopping around. Gibby Vellaquer coming over for some emotional support. Lemur's third base coach. As there's now a full count to Martinez. Lemur's trying to hold on to the lead as they're up 2-1 over the AirHogs. They're in the bottom of the 8th. Of course, they won't. It's easy to hold on to a lead when you're the ones batting. But next inning, we'll see who comes out of the pen. Safe money would be that it would be Jeff Inman, the Lemurs closer. 3-2 the count to Martinez here as he leads off the 8th for the Lemurs. The pitch from Masick, taken outside, ball 4. 9th walk of the night for AirHogs pitching. Alvaro Rondon to the plate. Rondon 0 for 3, and he's the one who let a bat go flying back behind home plate. I'll have to find out exactly what happened from him. If it slipped out of his hands or if it stuck to his hands, something like that. It's kind of what it looked like, one or the other. I'll see on the video, not the greatest of quality, couldn't quite tell. But he was surprised either way that the bat went where it did. And the first pitch, Rondon squares around, pulls the bat back. It's inside for a ball. As Morales, the third baseman, creeping in and then charging once Rondon showed bunt. 1-0 the count. Rondon, an excellent bunter. Bunted for a base knock yesterday. A beautiful drag bunt down the first base line against a left-handed pitcher. 1-0 the count to Rondon. Again, he squares around. He bunts this one towards first base, and it's another beautiful one, but covering the bag was the second baseman Bastain, and they just get Rondon by a leaping last step. And there's one away. But Martinez does move up to second base. And Abel Nieves to the plate. And Nieves has been hitting the ball well tonight. 3 for 3. He has the lone extra base hit. This ball game has 14 combined hits between the two teams, 6 for the Lemurs, 8 for the AirHogs, and Nieves is the only one with an extra base hit. It was a double to the warning track last inning in the 7th. Nieves awaits, and the first pitch taken in the dirt. Picked out by the catcher, Valadez, 1-0. Lemurs lead 2-1. Trying to bring in another run, give themselves a little cushion, some insurance. Going into the top of the 9th. Trying to extend their record to 16-1 against the AirHogs. And win their 9th straight game against Texas. Pitch swung on and missed. May have been a little high. Nieves possibly chasing that pitch. 1-1 the count. Looked like it was a bit high from here. Of course, I'm up the third baseline. Not always the easiest to tell. If I were to just watch the video stream, I probably could tell balls and strikes a little better, but I can't follow the rest of the action on the field. Pitch up and away. And the count 2-1, which I need to be able to do. So especially once the ball's hit, cameras don't always follow it well, as you probably know if you watch regularly. 2-1, the count to Nieves. The pitch low. 3 balls and 1 strike to the Lemurs' leadoff hitter and third baseman. And Martinez with excellent speed on the base paths. You hit a single, as long as it's not an infield single, Martinez is probably going to score. He'll be sent home for sure. 3-1 pitch. Nieves takes inside. And there's ball 4. He walks for the second time tonight. Second walk of the inning issued by Mosick. And Dennis Phipps to the plate with 2 on and 1 out. Nieves at first. He's going to be pinch run for. Well, maybe not. Norris is walking from the dugout towards first base. He's now stuck around the first base coach's box. I guess they're trying to get time called. Nieves was getting a lead. Time finally is granted. Well, actually, now is granted. They're trying to get the umpire's attention. I guess they're saying, hurry up. The umpire behind the pitcher's mound. They just want to make sure that the umpire saw the change, I think. And now James Frisbee is going to come out of the dugout. So they're signaling the new runner in. You can see the umpire behind the pitcher's mound. 2-man crew signaling to home plate. Hey, here's the switch. So Jimmy Norris running for Nieves. Typically, Norris will move to second base and Pulfer will go over to third. That's the usual chain of events when Norris comes in to run for Poso or Nieves. Although he hasn't run for Nieves much, it's usually Poso. But this is the benefit of having 2 bench players now, especially 2 with speed. You have Norris, who can move, and Metzger, who can also fly around the base paths. Phipps today is 0 for 3 with a walk. Walked last inning, pitch taken low, ball 1. To the mound visit, Mosick left in the game to face off against Phipps. He was stranded at third base last inning, Phipps was. 1 out in the inning. Martinez at second, Norris at first, getting a lead. And the pitch taken outside edge for a called strike. 1-1 the count to Phipps. Lemurs need a big hit from their big hitter. Well, say need. They're up 1. But insurance runs are always nice. 1-1 pitch. Phipps takes in the dirt. It's picked out by Valadez. He looks down to first base where Norris was off the bag, but doesn't throw. 2 balls and a strike to count to Phipps. And Phipps himself could use a big hit. Hasn't gotten a hit in a while. 2-1 the count to him here. The pitch in the dirt, blocked by Valadez. It goes a little bit to the side, though, as it hit off his glove. 3 balls, 1 strike. The count to Dennis Phipps. And boy, you walk him here, you load the bases. You load him with just 1 out. And Ty Morrison would come to the plate. 3 balls, 1 strike. Phipps looking for something to hammer here. Runners with their leads in the pitch. Phipps with a home run swing. But the ball goes back into the glove of the catcher and the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. The count to Phipps. See if the runners try to advance with the pitch. Martinez getting a lead. As is Norris. They do not move with the pitch. It is inside. Phipps flinching, the bat moving inches, and it's ball 4. 3rd walk of the inning. All 3 base runners have reached via a walk. Well, Norris reached via being the pinch runner, but the man he pinch ran for walked. So Mosick loads the bases with 3 walks in the inning, and Ty Morrison to the plate with 1 out. And the base is loaded. Phipps at first, Norris at second, Nieves at third. Phipps 2 walks in his last 2 plate appearances. First pitch, taken high, ball 1. Infield at double play depth. Corners pinched at the middle. And corners are in. Middle is pinched. As the corners will likely go home unless they get a hard hit ball to them. And they might try to turn 2. 1-0 the count. Morrison taking a strike at the knees outside corner, and it's 1-1. Morrison today is 1 for 2. He has walked once, laid down a sac bunt, and singled. While we're at it, he flew out. That was his other at bat. 1 ball, 1 strike. The count, lefty versus righty. Mosick delivers the 1-1. Morrison takes outside in the dirt, and Valadez really has been pretty impressive this inning and last inning. He's had some big situations with runners in scoring position and a lot of pitches in the dirt from his pitching staff, and he's managed to either glove them all, pick them out, or block them and keep runners where they are. Granted, he did allow that drop third strike to get past him a little bit earlier and then throw one away to give the Lemurs their first run of the game. The 2-1 finds the zone for a strike, and it's 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, bases loaded. Bottom of the 8th, Lemurs lead 2-1 over the AirHogs. 1 out, Morrison digs in. Mosick nods. Comes set on the hill. And the break-even pitch is taken for called strike 3. Morrison heads back to the dugout. Never got the bat off his shoulders. Mosick comes up with a big strikeout with 1 out and the bases loaded. Jesus Poso to the plate. Poso 1 for 4 in the game. You had the big strikeout though. The big drop third strike. He hustled on down the line, and a run ended up scoring. Here comes the pitch. Poso swinging away at the first pitch, but he pops it up over the screen out of play. 0-1. You don't often say a guy has the big strikeout when it comes as a hitter. Pitchers can have big strikeouts. Those are pretty regular. 0-1 the count to Poso. And the pitch from Mosick. Swung on and tapped foul back to the wall behind home plate, and the count 0-2. So Panda down in the count. No balls, 2 strikes. Lemurs were hoping to add some insurance runs, and they're 1 strike away from not being able to before the top of the 9th, but they do have the 2-1 lead. Trey Mosick has walked 3 batters in the inning. The 0-2 pitch. Poso swings, tips it back into the glove of the catcher. There's strike 3, and the AirHogs work around 3 walks and get through the inning without giving up a run. Lemurs lead 2-1 as we go to the top of the 9th. Last chance for Texas.
Before your Memorial Day party gets going, drive over to Ashley Furniture Home Store this week for our best Memorial Day sale ever. Get dramatic price reduction store-wide or no interest until January 2021. Choose from sofas and sectionals, all at unbelievably low prices. Plus find savings on beds and amazing deals on dining rooms. It's our best Memorial Day sale ever, so don't wait. Hurry over to Ashley Furniture Home Store right now. Ashley Furniture Home Store. This is home. 4520 San Bernardo Avenue, Laredo, Texas. 956-712-2401. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payments required. See store for details.
Core Business Solutions is a proud sponsor of Lemurs Baseball. Core Business Solutions services the 17 southernmost counties of Texas as well as areas of northern Mexico. They offer a wide range of high-tech solutions for businesses and organizations. Make Core Business Solutions your solution today.
Hey, ¿tienes algo que celebrar? ¿Que le salió el primer diente a tu hijo? ¿Que tu abuelita aprendió a tuitear? ¿Que cambiaste tu cheque? La respuesta es la misma, pues un carnesazo. No importa lo que estés celebrando, lo que importa es que lo celebres, pues con un carnesazo de H-E-B. En H-E-B encuentras gran variedad de cortes a precios bajos y de buena calidad. Carnesazo, carne asada con ganas, solo en H-E-B.
Falcon Bank and the Laredo Lemurs are a winning combination. At Falcon, they know what counts. Personalized service, attention to detail, and genuine commitment to helping customers achieve their dreams. Falcon Bank, guided by faith, grounded by family, and committed to you.
Miller invented light beer, the original light Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to people wondering L-I-T-E, that's how you spell light? Which led to people thumbing through their dictionaries, which led to there's got to be a better way to look up words, which led to the invention of spell check, which led to better resumes, promotions, celebrations, and happy hour. Miller Lite, we invented light beer and happy hour. You're welcome. 12 ounces contain 96 calories, 3.2 carbs, 1 protein, 0 fat. Great beer, great responsibility. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Jeff Inman on the pitch for the Lemurs. So they do go with the closer. One of the other guys who's gotten a lot of save opportunities was De La Cruz. He already pitched 2 innings today. That's who Inman comes in for. De La Cruz, 2 innings pitched, shutout, hitless baseball, didn't allow any walks either. 6 up, 6 down for De La Cruz, and 2 of those were strikeouts for him. An excellent outing in relief. Inman on to pitch, the righty. He will have the 5, 6, 7 hitters. Lenahan lead things off, takes inside ball 1. Inman on the year for the Lemurs. Well, he's 2-3 with a 2.74 ERA, 14 saves, 41 appearances. Pitch taken for a called strike, 1-1. 46 innings pitched, 17 walks, 42 strikeouts. Inman from the stretch with a 1-1 pitch to Lenahan. Swing and a ground ball, right side, Poso backhanding it. He'll flip it to Inman a little bit high, but it's in his path, and he makes the play. 1 away. Here in the top of the 9th, Lemurs up 2-1. Inman 5th in the league in saves. He's 1 save behind Mark Haynes of Kansas City. If he can notch this one, he'll be tied for 4th in the league. Unlikely that he will catch Frankie Reed or Evan Reed, who are tied for 2nd with 19. Ryan Rodabaugh with 23 leads the league. Nick Akins to the plate, first pitch, righty-righty, and it's a fastball low for ball 1. Akins 0 for 2 in the ball game with a walk. Inman with the 1-0 pitch, swings and fouls it back, does Akins, and the count 1-1. Inman for the Lemurs. In the last 10 games, he's pitched in 5 of them, recording 3 saves, 4 1/3 innings, giving up 1 run. It was on a home run in Joplin, pitch fouled away. It was actually a 2-run game. The home run solo shot made it a 1-run game. That was his last time out. He's been used by the Lemurs here pretty regularly. Lately, 1-2 pitch, just missing outside. Whew. 2-2. Inman peering in, trying to get Akins out. 2-2 pitch. Akins late on it, just barely gets the bat on the ball and fouls it off right side down the line, and the count 2-2. Inman against the AirHogs this season has pitched 8 times, is 1-0 with a 2.08 ERA, and has 3 saves. He's allowed 3 runs, 2 earned, and 2 walks with 12 strikeouts coming into tonight against Texas. 2-2 the count to Akins. Inman with the pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Out number 2, and the AirHogs down to their final out. By the way, Pulfer's at third base, as I mentioned. The switch. First pitch taken outside. Norris is at second. Juan Sanchez at the plate. 1-0 the count. Sanchez 0 for 3. Pitch taken for a ball, and the count 2-0 to Sanchez. Two balls, no strikes. And the pitch swung on, hit into the air, into shallow right center, coming in and unable to get there in time is Martinez. Fired into the infield. It's single. Michael Valadez to the plate. 2 outs and a runner at first. Tying run aboard. Valadez 1 for 3. Just a little flare single into right center. Seems to be most of the hits Inman allows are just little flares. Very few people actually make solid contact against him. Pitch taken outside for ball 1 by Valadez. 2 strikeouts on the day for Valadez as he's 1 for 3. Not the greatest of hitters at the plate. Entering the day with a sub-200 batting average. Swinging a bouncing ball down the first base line. De La Cruz hopping out of the dugout. Makes the one-handed grab with his right hand. Better be careful, De La Cruz. That's your pitching hand. 1 ball, 1 strike. Heard some fans down below giving a little ooh. One of those impressive oohs. Or impressed oohs. They were impressed by the efforts of De La Cruz there out of the dugout. 1 ball, 1 strike. The count to Valadez. Inman kicks. And the pitch taken for a strike outside corner at the knees. And the AirHogs down to their final strike. 1-2 the count to Michael Valadez. Inman needs 1 more pitch to close out the AirHogs and the first of this 4-game series against Texas. Inman sets. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, pitch in the dirt, tag applied, ball game over. Lemurs come from behind and they win tonight 2-1 over the Texas AirHogs. They end their 3-game losing streak with a victory here, and they are first of this 8-game homestand. Lemurs are victorious 2-1. We'll be back with a recap and a post-game show here in a moment. Again, Lemurs win by 1 over the AirHogs 2-1.
Chavarrias Plumbing, the #1 choice for any plumbing problem. Chavarrias is a full-service company with up-to-date technology, trained professionals. With over 30 years of service to the community, Chavarrias is still growing strong. Visit chavarriasplumbing.com and go Lemurs! Chavarrias Plumbing, the #1 choice for any plumbing problem. Chavarrias is a full-service company with up-to-date technology, trained professionals. With over 30 years of service to the community, Chavarrias is still growing strong. Visit chavarriasplumbing.com and go Lemurs!
Getting hungry? Popeyes always hits the spot. Make sure to stop by any Popeyes location to try out Popeyes' new Smoky Garlic Chili Chicken Dinner. It includes 4 smoky garlic chicken tenderloins served with Popeye's new garlic herb dipping sauce, your choice of a signature side, and a buttermilk biscuit for just $4.99. Promotion starts Monday, May 25th.
All right, final score. Lemurs win 2-1 over the AirHogs. Here as they come away now, the Lemurs with their 52nd win of the season. They move to just 2 games behind the Winnipeg Goldeyes with 7 games to go here with the rest of the 2016 regular season. So the Lemurs put to rest that losing skid as they had dropped their last 3 games to the Joplin Blasters. They take the first game here against the Texas AirHogs in come-from-behind fashion. The Lemurs, let's take a look at how this game unfolded. Lemurs sent Zach Dodson to the mound, the left-hander, who retired the first 2 batters he faced, and it looked like he was going to have a 3-up, 3-down inning when Leon Bird grounded 1 to short, but Alvaro Rondon misplayed it, and Bird reached. Well, you got no harm done. Lemurs will get through it, but Devin Rodriguez hit an infield, or hit a ground ball down the No, he got an infield single. Yeah, infield single that tipped off the glove of Pulfer as he dove for it. Went a few feet away from him. Everyone was safe. It was followed by a single into shallow right center, and that brought in Bird from second base. A little flare single, and, well, the AirHogs are on the board 1-0 in the first. They get a few more hits in the second inning as well. A couple of more infield singles, another little poke down the line, and the bases were loaded, but Dodson kept him off the boards, off the scoreboard again, and it was still 1-0 after 2. The Lemurs didn't really get much going. They got a leadoff single in the first inning by Abel Nieves, but he was put out in a double play ball by Dennis Phipps. Ty Morrison would then walk with 2 outs, but he wouldn't score either, was stranded at first. Second inning, the Lemurs would get a single by Zane Chavez to lead off the inning. Then with 2 outs, Drew Martinez would single, and they'd have runners at first and second, but no one would score then either. Third inning, well, the AirHogs would get a runner on with 1 out with a single by Lenahan. He got stealing. Just 3 batters would come to the plate there in the third. Lemurs, well, they'd do about the same, or their third inning, they get another leadoff single and then a 2-out single later on, stranding 2 men on. Fourth inning, 3 up, 3 down for the AirHogs at the plate. Lemurs, well, they had a 1-out walk of Reynolds, but he was caught stealing. And so just 3 batters in the fourth. But the fifth inning, Lemurs came alive. After shutting out the AirHogs there in the fifth inning, a walk, double play, and a strikeout, Lemurs came to the plate with a leadoff walk by Abel Nieves. Third time he'd reached that night. Phipps would fly out, a 1-out walk to Nieves. Phipps would fly out to right, but Ty Morrison would single, pushing Nieves all the way to third base. Then Jesus Poso was at the plate. 0-2 count, would swing and miss. Pitch would go under the catcher, Valadez, and would go back right around where the umpire stands. Valadez couldn't find the ball. Then he finally did, threw over to first, but it was wide, and Rodriguez couldn't handle it. Nieves would score, and the Lemurs would tie it up there in the fifth inning. No one would score again until the seventh. The Lemurs would plate 1 run in the seventh as the bases would be loaded with 2 outs and J.D. Pulfer at the plate. Abel Nieves led off the inning with a double. Dennis Phipps walked. Sack bunt pushed him over to second and third. Jesus Poso grounded out to the third baseman with the infield in. No one advanced. And then Zane Chavez walked to load the bases. So 2 walks in the inning and a double had the bases loaded for the Lemurs, and Pulfer drew a walk there with the bases loaded, and the Lemurs took a 2-1 lead. And that was that was all that either team would get. The Lemurs would actually load the bases with 3 walks in the 8th inning, but a couple of strikeouts at the end of the inning kept Laredo off the board from extending their lead, and they won by a score of 2-1 over the AirHogs. So take a look at the pitching line. You have the win going to Luis De La Cruz today for the Lemurs. Zach Dodson threw 6 innings, gave up 6 hits, 1 run. It was unearned, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. De La Cruz, 2 shutout innings, 6 up, 6 down for him, in fact, as he struck out 2 batters. Jeff Inman gets a save, an inning pitched, 1 hit. It was with 2 outs, and he struck out a pair of batters as well. For the AirHogs, they pitched Diego Ibarra. Ibarra went 6 2/3, gave up 8 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned, 6 walks, 4 strikeouts. Jack Carricker came on, faced 1 batter, threw 3 pitches, and struck out Burt Reynolds. Trey Mausick threw an inning, and he walked 3, struck out 2, didn't give up any hits or errors there for the AirHogs. So the loss going to Diego Ibarra as he gave up 2 runs there tonight. The win going to Luis De La Cruz for the Lemurs. Take a look around the rest of the American Association final. They only played 5 innings in Sioux City due to rain, but Sioux City had that game pretty well in hand. They were up 11-4 and won 11-4 over Lincoln. Now a 3-way tie in the Central. Finals all across the board. Fargo winning 4-0 at home over Kansas City, and Wichita came back from behind to beat the Joplin Blasters by a score of 5-4. So Joplin squandered their 4-0 lead and ended up losing to Wichita 5-4. So those are your finals around the league. Tomorrow, 7:05, first pitch. Lemurs will be throwing right-hander Troy Marks on the mound as he will be facing off against right-hander Carlos Maisel for the Texas AirHogs. Maisel this season for the AirHogs, well, his numbers go like, Cody Hebner. Cody Hebner's pitching tomorrow. Maisel's the next day. Hebner is 5-8 with a 5.83 ERA, 18 outings, all of them starts for Hebner this year. And against the right-hander Troy Marks 6-4 with a 4.31 ERA, 22 outings, 14 starts, and she does have a save on the year. So pair of varieties going tomorrow. Tune in then. Lemurs continue to push for the playoffs. They're now 2 games out of the wild card, although they are still 5 games out of the division, as their chances of getting in the division title decreased a little bit today with the Wichita Wingnuts winning. But the big important thing, Lemurs won tonight, 2-1 over the AirHogs. So tomorrow, first pitch, 7:05 here on the Lemurs Broadcast Network. Tune in, and I'll be bringing you all the coverage. Until then, have a great night, everybody, and stay safe. We'll see you tomorrow.